Good evening, everybody. Welcome aboard the Just an Average Sim Racer Express to modern day car crashing fun of goodness. That was a complete balls up. Anyway, hello everybody. Welcome aboard. We are back. We're live as usual on a Thursday. Hope everyone is well. Tonight is bringing you Sebring GT3 practice. A mix of cars, hopefully, or just one car. And getting used to Sebring in anticipation of 12 hours of Sebring in 4 weeks' time. That's the plan anyway. Tonight's just a bit of fun, bit of getting used to track layout in a GT3 car, open cars. We haven't decided on a car we're going to run yet or set up, so just get used to it basically. Evening Slumdog. Good evening, I'll see you back in the chat in a while. Hope you're well. I'll just remember to share a final post on the socials. Not on there. So yeah, that's what tonight's all about. Just getting a little bit loosey-goosey, etc. And going a bit mental. Is that link broken? Yes, it is. The link on Facebook, if you're catching us on Facebook or etc., will be excuse me, when spit that out. The link on like the social media side or the Facebook side, that is a permalink. So if stream ever goes down, which I haven't set up my OBS to come back on live yet, we'll be there. We're ready to go. So yes, stay tuned. When are you going to do cup cars of the early 2000s? I don't have any cup cars of the early 2000s, Slumdog. In any sim, to be quite honest with you. It's not something I've actually pushed myself in. Evening, Mr. Hilton. Yeah, I don't actually have any. I'm tempted to get the 1987 cup car, just because, why not? Neil was really messaging Hilton. So yeah, who knows? You know, it's not going to be a priority in the next let's be honest. And if someone can point me in the direction of a good cup car from the 2000s, and I can get it into iRacing, not iRacing, sorry, SSO Corsair, I'm all ears. Yeah, I will definitely give it a go. I've got plenty of tracks I can get there, old, new, you name it, it's all there. Which one? Do you mean which one? I haven't got one yet. I haven't got any yet. Not sure which one. Doing good, Hilton. Going very, very, very good. Right. We've got 25 minutes until the hosted session I am hosting is going up. You can find that in iRacing, so anyone's open to come in and join us. In GT3. So the team just a Sebring practice, I think. Something like that. He says, you know, I made it. Comment called Team Jasta, and the password is TART. TART, capital letters. TART. So if you want to come and join along, fair enough. It is purely a practice session. Get used to tracking GT3s at Sebring. And if you know anyone who wants to do it, bring them along. More the merrier. Right. Something else I remember to do my stream deck. And I'll show you what people do on this, actually. Something just gets overlooked. You know, it's the stuff behind the scenes when I'm streaming and etc. What downtime. But what I don't realise I had is an OBS launch button for a quick one. I have it in there. We don't have a quick launch for OBS because what's happened twice in the last week actually is my OBS has failed after about the 3 hour mark. I think it's actually very similar to those times. I don't know why. And it has to be a faff to get it all up and running again. So one of the things I need to make sure I do is limit the downtime, which is one of the reasons I've set up a permalink on YouTube. So if it goes down and you watch it on that link, it will just play. So where it got up to before. So I just stream is the one I want. That one there. Let's move Crew Chief over there and we'll put stream directly below my OBS. Start stream. Boom, there we go. That just gets the stream up and running. It's one of those things, it's little things just to go easy and remind myself that I need to do that. Format of today's practice session, I changed it up to people in Discord in the know. Be sure to jump over into Discord as well if you are new. !Discord in the chat will give you the invitation link. Tonight, so it'll be an hour and 45 of practice with Sebring. Then it will be followed by 5 minutes of qualifying, or 1 lap qualifying shootout, or whoever happens to be in the server. And then a 10-minute 5-lap race. I think it's based on laps. And it's an all GT3 IMSA 2023 car. Which means no McLaren, excuse me, as I yawn away. There's a big, strong chance another car will be dropped for Sebring. Because as everyone has been following iRacing, and you can check this out in the Discord in the Reddit iRacing channel, Renault Clios were announced. Well, I say announced. They were dropped by iRacing in the Twitter. And then they were... Oh, hello. Someone sent me a message which I don't recognise. Oh, Polo. There we go, sir. That was Party's message. There's I completely wrong button in the chat. Let's give him that one a thumbs up. What does it say? So, I don't know why the turkey noise. So yes, we shit, what was I saying? Lost my train of thought straight away. Oh, I don't know. I was talking about something else. Waffle. Yeah, Renault Clios. So Renault Clios were announced by iRacing, or dropped as a teaser. Maybe that's for season 2. Very likely. Renault Clios, for people who don't know, is like baby touring cars. It's hot hatch racing. Very beginner kind of style racing. But one thing, having watched it myself in the real world in the UK, it's usually a supporting event for touring cars. Yes, I know. We will be doing... we'll be buying that car when it comes out, basically, the Renault Clios, because the racing is so close, so tight, it's going to be pretty damn awesome. And I can just see it being carnage. Right, okay. Zotac, we will be doing... Yes, so what I'm thinking, actually, is there's going to be more of this on Saturday, that I do know. Well, that's not so much now. One of the things that I will be doing, setting up, is basically based on tonight, actually. You gave me the idea, Hilton, actually. We'll be doing a race. That wasn't part of my plan. But tonight, and on Saturday, and probably most sessions, there will be a little race to finish off with. Or finish it off. So you'll have, like, for example, tonight, it's an hour and 45 minutes of practice, followed by 5 minutes of qualifying, which is basically 1 lap at Sebring, and then a 5-lap race of around 10 minutes. That sounds pretty fun. And that's a good way of having a nice practice and breaking up the practice and going bonkers at the end. Why wouldn't you? Why would you not do that? And it gives everyone a bit of a chance to say, loosen up, get really good with cars, understand it. Saturday is going to be, hopefully, fixed class. I don't want to limit too much people, get people to go out of the way and buy new cars. In the Ferraris, in the Ferrari GT3 Evo 2020 model? I think it's 2020. So that's the plan. Hopefully that is going to be really bad. So yes, watch this gap, watch this space. Watch the space for that. So yes, that's what we're going to be doing. All being well, he says. As usual, we are live on Twitch at the same time. If you want to watch the racing in 1440p, stay here on YouTube because it is the better quality in my opinion. But we are live on Twitch as well, so if you aren't following on Twitch, go to Twitch, give us a quick follow, sub, whatever you want to call it, whatever they call it over there, and make the channel look better than it actually is. Because that's what we're all about. I don't know if we're going to be doing any more official races this week, because we did touring cars. I know, okay, I'm just waffling now, just to fill some time. We did touring cars last night. I know you're going. Oh, okay, what's up, you're doing tonight? Looking forward to Saturday. Once again, I got track. Can I do practice by test drive? Of course you can. You can do as much practice as you want, sir. The practice will be, it'll be an hour in the hosted session I set up. It will be an hour and 45 minutes practice. That's a given. Before we'll see how the format works tonight, but that's pretty much how it will probably follow. But you can practice as much as you want before that. test drive, off you go, on Sebring, in the Ferrari. We haven't obviously chosen the Ferrari as the car we drive. I think we might be leaning towards it for some reason. I know Tyler, one of the other guys in the setup, he will probably be doing that as well. He's already posted a lap in the video to the channel, I think on the general. So, can I actually move that video he put in there? Or did I think he already put in there. So yeah, you can do as much practice as you want, pal. More the merrier. Yeah, he's already put it. I mean, see, Tyler did a video further up in the chat on the channel, I think just before you came in, I think, or around that time. I'm not sure if Billy's coming out, actually. Billy Mole. So yeah, crack on, mate, is what I say. More laps, the better. Right, let's have a quick drink. I mean, hopefully Jason will be coming over shortly. I'm not sure what car I'm going to drive yet for tonight. It will probably be the tonight, probably the Lambo. What do you reckon? Lamborghini, Merc, or Porsche? They're the 3 GT3 cars I've got. Oh, I could just plump up and get the Ferrari now, couldn't I? I've not painted it. That's not bad luck. I have a thing. I won't drive the car until I've painted it, so it's kind of bad luck for me. So, probably be the Lambo. Your shoes look so much better than mine. Trust me, mate, they haven't always looked like this. In fact, I will show you how they used to look back in the day. Yes, we've got time to kill before the hosting starts. I do like doing this because this is a nostalgia trip. I like that now because the channel now shows a live thing on it. That's the permalink. God, this is always fun trying to find this. Let's do it in the studio, actually. Fortunately, the screen is really bright like that on my face because I'm in a white screen, and my monitor is stupidly bright. 127 videos. Oh, more than 127 videos posted. Maybe not, actually. So, back in the day, this is back in today. Here we go. Assetto Corsa. Here we go. This is 2020? 10 views. So, there we go. So this is going back along. This is going back. So this is. I don't know. I actually did upload this video. 5th of September 2020. No worries, pal, man. I mean, you're welcome to drop in and say, just drop into what you want to do, Jace. More than welcome, pal. So the details are in the Discord channel for the server settings. Yeah, this is the stream. This was 2 years ago. So actually, I'd been streaming on iRacing a little bit of time by now. Patches on. Is this iRacing? That's fine. No, this is a set of course. So this is a big Mini Cooper. So this isn't a set of Corsa. I was faffing around doing things, boxes, overlays, all this kind of stuff, and trying to work out what was best. And I still couldn't work out what was best for me. I just realised my camera was stupidly wide. This is the same camera I'm using now, actually. It's got a different lens on it. Set of course, I forgot to change it. Which is something that wasn't a good look for me. So much runoff air you can use. Yeah, I mean, that's probably not a good example, actually. On your right. Because that's when I started to get the hang of it. Yeah, a good year in. You know, right, this is how I'm going to do a stream. From what I remember, these cars feel a lot more. And that was a blast from the past. Excuse me. Oh, that's more like 190 videos. Hi ho, hi ho. It's off to work we go. So I'm just find that a very early stream. Because I started streaming in 2019, before the COVID boom, before the pandemics, before everyone else jumped into sim rigs. I decided to be boring and dabble in streaming back in the day. Here we go. Testing Tuesday Facebook live stream. I kept that intro screen for a long time. Yeah, that's ignore the quality. I pulled a low quality rip off. It's amazing what 2022 didn't do anything good for me apart from putting on about 2 to 3, maybe 4 stone in weight. Yeah, that was how it was. 2 years, 3 years ago. This would have been. You know, very potatoey, very crashy. With my old Logitech D920 microphone blocking the camera, trying to work out what's what. Yeah, back in the day. In that video, I only got 7 views. 7 views. I mean, I look at 7 views. Okay, 7 views. I'm disappointed if I don't get 7 views in and out at the same time sometimes now. That's all the past. You know, this is the days when I didn't really know what I was doing. This is my first week on iRacing, I think, actually. Gorgeous. Even before. What? Oh, before he enters my life. Yeah, way before he enters my life, mate. That was a blast from the past. I mean, I look at it and go, so bad quality. Such bad quality. That's evolved into stuff now. I think I used to stream on Facebook. When I first started racing, it was all on Facebook. It was all Facebook gaming and how does that work and all that stuff. And then I jumped onto YouTube and didn't really start streaming on YouTube for until about Jesus. I want to say midway through 2020, to be honest. Is when I don't know if it was even then. I think it was later than that. I think it was probably mid-2021 when I really started to stream on YouTube. Which is when Anthony came into my life. He joined the chat. Because why not? All those years ago, you know. So yeah, it's then you just kind of evolve by watching other people and go, what can I... My thing is always trying to do something a little bit different where possible. And mine's more graphics on screen. When you're racing, you know, there's cameras on there. There's 3 cameras, but they're doing something. They're moving. They've always got your attention. You're always looking. It was like 20 subs. And that was, August 2021. I think that's probably when I first started giving live streaming a proper go on YouTube. Easily. What we got? 272, 271 now or something, I think it is. 271. It fluctuates between 272 and 271 today. But for some reason, bots probably. It's bonkers. It's worked out really, really well. So, yeah, pretty happy with how it's gone, to be honest. Can't really fault it. 271, yeah. So, yeah, and I don't give it a lot of time, realistically, compared to content creators. I'm not in it for content creation. I mean, I like racing. The fact that if I can share that with people, that's what it's about. Have a bit of banter, have a bit of laugh, have a bit of jokes with my friends and things like that. So, and ginger people. That's how it works, isn't it? And someone's got to be friends with gingers. You have to mention Clive. Do you know what? I was looking through some old iRacing messages last night, actually, after I got off stream. And I saw one from, what was it? Mullet, Mr. Mullet. It was, for a while, an avid follower of the stream, until certain degenerates came into the stream. We used to have some weird kind of sexualized males who, for some reason, are very obsessed with the stream. For best part of probably... It was around 2022, beginning of 2022 to around summer, wasn't it? September time, where we had some really weird degenerates come on stream and just try and sexualise everything about it, which is just weird. But they seem to have just vanished. Probably when I really threatened one with criminal action. Doing some kind of Taken mono thing at him. The good old days, exactly. I mean, we don't need them anymore. That's the good thing about it. We'll get 1 or 2, but we've not had anything substantial. and it actually put back quite a few people. So, yeah. I see Tyler is in the race, the audio chat. We will be in a race audio chat at 9 o'clock, so there'll be a lot of background chatting and stuff like that. That's what the stream is going to be mainly focused around. So this is just a chat before the session gets underway, which is on the screen. The Sebring 12-hour coming up. I haven't decided. Did I decide on a car? No, I didn't. Porsche, Lambo, or Merc. That is my choices tonight. I will be picking up the Ferrari, and I will be painting that in the next 24 hours, just because I need to. I've got the Ferrari GTE, but not the Ferrari GT3. I can't use the Ferrari GTE. That would be taking a piss a little bit too much from there. Excuse me. While I remember, what was Tesco boy's name? That was Mike Litterus. And the fact that I probably just said that will probably just send out some kind of weird YouTube algorithm out there, and all the weirdos will come out of the closet, because that's what people do. Yeah, Mr. Mike Litterus was the. I actually did fall for that the first time, did I? When that person came into the stream and I read it, I was like, oh God, really? What I've remembered is there, put into there, put into there. My wonderful controls for my Stream Deck, because they have a wonderful iRacing one, which allows you to race admin. Which means I can throw a yellow. I had to say it, really. I knew what you were trying to do, but I just had to say it. Can I disqualify driver X, remove driver, drive through for driver X, stop and go, time black flag, clear black flags, clear all. How do I actually? Ooh. That's black. Driver. So I can do that. So I can faff around with settings and things like throw a yellow flag during the race if I really wanted to. If that's going to be a complete arsehole. Oh, she's just forgotten about him. She's been lazy. Next she's going to say she cooked your dinner, she did all this and did all that. No comment. Right, I'm just going to get my boots on and boot it up. So speaking of the band people, I was thinking through some YouTube settings yesterday, actually, it was the day before yesterday, and I did see all the band list. I managed to find that out there. And there's some characters in there, without a doubt. She's been striking again today. You reckon your band will come back? They might always be watching. Yes. Oh no, not contemplating. I've been over at recently work by 8:45. Huh? Well, so you didn't leave till 8:45 today? No way! That's mad. Discord voice. Excuse me. What's up? Look at a voice channel. Just so I got that one. Oh god, stop it. Average chat service to one. Moist. Oh, 8:45. Oh, ready to leave by 8:45. That's usually what I do when I walk into the office to see Ant sat there. Like, oh, here we go again. I deal with this childish behaviour all day. Sorry, I missed your message there, Hilton. It has disappeared down the stream. Okay. One thing I'm not going to I want to do the Lambo. What should I do? Ooh. That's just the stuff. Sounds about right. Sounds about right. So we'll do laps, search, Sebring, international, and Lambo. So we can find a setup. That's not going to kill me. No, that's good. Setup. That's my setups. Personal save. Close. Right then. Should be good. Is everyone ready for the carnage? Lamborghini. Stick it in jar, sir. You are. Stick it in jar, sir. Why just not launch it? Let's go out of hosted and back into hosted. It's annoying when it does this. Come on. There we go. Stick it. It's a Lambo one, mate. Are you driving a Lambo? If you're driving a Lambo, no, I'll stick it in there. Yeah. Things I do for you, Jason. Where's that just go? Oh, it's that one. High downforce sprint. Move or copy. Team jar, sir. Copy. There we go. So that's in the one there. Team jar folder. This is beautiful. Garage 61. Hilton, if you don't use it already, I think you do. Said you got it, but I don't know if you've actually accepted the friends invite. The password TART. 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 Which everyone's actually realised in the Discord channel, it's called the Average Racing Team, which initials are TART. I couldn't use ART because that's already used by an esports team. But TART seems nice. Right, so I'll pop over into the Average Chat as well, and then we're going to get going from there. Evening, Tyler.
I've been good. How about you?
Yeah, not bad, not bad. So you've been putting some good laps in on other tracks? To see some of your results just creeping every now and then.
Yeah, I've been doing the Porsche Cup. I've been really liking how the Porsche feels at Sebring.
Nice. I do like the Porsche Cup. It's been a long time since I've driven it in anger, but it's always a good.
Do it, man.
It's awesome. It's awesome. I did it properly 2021, whole year of it. But I think I just kind of did too much of it. But I'm looking at it every time again. Yeah, I'm kind of itching to get back in that again.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, man.
That's great.
The original, I did it on the original 991 because that's 992 now, and that 991 was even more skittish than what the 992 is.
Yeah.
What's he saying in chat? Hilton, if
The
you...
scary part about the Porsche Cup car now is the brakes. And they are very spooky.
yeah.
Especially first lap.
Exactly that. They're really, really horrible on the cold stuff, aren't they? Waiting for that squeak to go. Hilton, garage61.net/app in a browser, and then sign in and log in from there. I think you've probably got it running in the background on your computer, but if not, you might need to. I'm just getting myself loaded in, so I'll be in a second. You might
had the.
Go on.
Oh, no, you finish.
I was saying, it might just be the three of us. Hilton, who's in the chat on my stream, he was saying he hasn't got the track yet. He's going to get the track tomorrow, so it'll be on Saturday. Joey's asleep.
Hello, game on.
You're talking to a couple Australian drivers, right?
One Aussie. He hasn't actually got the system set. He hasn't got a rig yet, so he's more about crew chief in the background. Okay. But he's going to have a rig soon, hopefully. And then the other one was Billy. He's an Aussie, so he's not up. It is currently... no, he'll be in the mornings at work, I think. So.
It'd be like 3 a.m. right now for him, probably.
He is... It'll be 8 a.m. their time. So he's just waking up. Alright then, let's get this set up on. I want to get a Ferrari tomorrow. So.
I'm starting with the Ferrari now.
Is it feeling nice, is it?
Oh, it feels so good.
Nice. Be that one there. It's funny, because one of the times I was looking at on Garage 61 for the Lamborghini, not that I'll probably use it, is the high downforce that I've gone for. So.
Yeah, I wonder what the compromise point is between gaining in the corners and then losing on the straight.
Yeah, it's a tricky one to get the balance, isn't it? I think. I did touring cars here last week at it, and in the open races, it seemed you gained a lot more in the corners with the high downforce, but you needed that pull off, and you needed a good pull off, basically. So good traction out the corners, and you generally held your line against the better straight line cars. Generally. Oh dear. Alright, who's in Jason's Tyler's in? I forgot how noisy this car is. Alright, and that wasn't playing on your mind all day.
This turns very, very, very slidey.
Pit lane speed limit.
That's Sebring in a nutshell, that is.
Well, every turn.
Your exit looks clear.
Every
Stay
turn
behind the
here
line.
is slidey.
Which is still on. Disengage it. There's an incident in Christensen.
Turn everything down, it's really loud.
Yeah. Friend, I always forget that I turn my sound up when I'm in the Porsche Cup because it sounds. So whenever I use a different car, I just get my ears blasted.
The Lamborghinis are stupidly loud at the best of times.
I love the way the Lambos sound, especially if I'm like an endurance event when you have like the chase cam on, you just hear the exhaust.
Oh, that exhaust pops, doesn't it, right through you? Oh, shit, car there.
Which one is it? The high downforce or medium downforce?
High downforce. That medium downforce is for a different car. It's for the Lamborghini, but I don't know where that's from.
Bathurst, I think.
You do Bathurst 12 out of Tyler.
I didn't need a Bathurst though.
Good man.
I don't like the way the track is. So.
Yeah, it's asking for trouble, isn't it, that one? Yeah, bugger.
Every time I do Bathurst, I lose like 10 million safety rating.
that was also a killer, isn't it, for safety rated? Oh, managed to avoid the barrier. I used to really love the GT3s before they changed the model early last year.
What did they change? What did it change? The handling, or?
Yeah, they changed everything about them. I mean, they made it, what people say, more like they should be.
Right.
So, I don't know if you played a set of Corsair Competizione, but apparently they are, well, they actually are very similar to that now. A lot heavier on the front end than they used to be.
I played ACC earlier today, actually. I used the BMW on. Or how much, like how deep into the ABS you can go.
Yeah. They do feel like you can do that more on these models now.
I've also figured out something, that the IndyCar and the BMW LMDH, they handle the same. Well, there's a few slight differences, but...
The same.
In what way, Jace? Is it the downforce levels, or...?
I don't know what it is, but it just feels the same.
It should have to be on the brakes, because I think the LMDH creates more downforce than the IndyCar.
Oh, shit. Get me.
The IndyCar around here earlier today, and it
Around Sebring.
handled, yeah. That's where they are this week. It felt the same as the BMW.
Interesting.
Ooh.
These have driven an IndyCar.
I've never driven an IndyCar, so
Oh,
I have no plans on buying the IndyCar. I think the series is dead, actually, so...
There's been a lot of backlash with the non-renewal of a license this year, so...
I don't think it was iRacing's fault, it was more IndyCar.
No, it's IndyCar's fault, so everyone's just like, well, what's the point? It's like people buying the Formula 1 game and then can't watch Formula 1 because of it. They move the license somewhere else. Yeah, what's the point of that? Just take it to a platform that doesn't really exist for the average racer.
P2.
Get around our first corner. Oh, bumps. Look at how bumpy this track is. It really pushes your steering all over the place.
And it gives you a good workout.
Oh, it does on a direct drive.
Well, even on a Logitech, it gives me a good workout.
Oh, God.
this is a hybrid. I'm working out.
You in a Lambo, Jace?
Yep.
It's a heavy car to turn at the best of times as well.
Whoa.
Ow.
I couldn't have hooked up that.
Oh my word, slow it down, Kev.
one.
you got the Ferrari, Jason?
The track temperature is increasing. It's now 31 Celsius.
I think all of us will have the Ferrari for Saturday night.
45.
You around Tyler Saturday night? Or Saturday afternoon, same time?
I should be able to.
Considering I gotta get up at freaking 4:30 to be at Target or wherever we're meeting.
Target?
To go skiing with Boy Scouts.
Okay.
5 in the morning.
I was going to say, you're going to Target at 4 in the morning. 4. End of season sale.
You could say that.
I haven't been to a Target in so long.
They're all shut down in England. There used to be a few of them, but they all seem to have vanished.
The guy behind has just done a 212.13.
Oh, of course, took my time.
Oh, we're nowhere near the apexes.
Oh. What was that all about?
We don't see actually how good the tyres do last for. No, it's not an accurate representation.
The leader has just done a 202.49.
I keep getting off tracks. I'm going to like scream.
Where are you getting off track? To which corner?
All of them right now.
Oh. Fair enough.
I'm gonna have to
Good luck.
practice.
That's your quickest today. You're now 2.3 off the leader's pace. Sector 1 is 0.5 off the pace. Sector 2 is 1.1 seconds off the pace. Sector 3 is 0.7 off the pace.
Kind of have to hit and go over the curbs sometimes to get like a good racing line for the next corner.
It's so bumpy as well for the curbs, you feel like it's going to unsettle you at every opportunity.
This was a good lap too, like another off drop. I think I get like a 159 on. I can just stay on the track. It'll count.
Because there is some corners you can really abuse the track limits here as well.
Yeah. I was really expecting to not like this track when I first got it, but it turned out
I love it. I do really enjoy Sebring.
quite a fun track to be.
I remember first getting into Forza games and it was just like, oh, this is something good. Oh,
I'll talk to you boys later.
are you off again?
Yeah.
Catch you in a bit.
It'll take
That's
a
your quickest
reset.
lap in this session. You're currently 1.0 off the pace.
Later.
Sector
Later, boy.
0.29 off the pace. Sector 2 is 0.8 off the pace. Sector 3 times okay. Your lap time was 203.18.
Oh, no. No. Damn you. That's too much curb. Just trying to work out where the hell I get a second from.
2, 1.
All clear on pit exit. You can push now.
You did a Ferrari at Daytona, didn't you?
I didn't. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Huh?
Is it a Ferrari you use at Daytona? For 24 hours? Yeah.
I had practiced a lot with the Lambo though, because I thought I was going to be doing a team with the Lambo. I was practicing with the BM.
It's always the way, isn't it?
Yeah. I can't get that final corner right. I lose so much time.
Hilton in chat. Not sure. I'll check it in a second for you. Have you accepted a team invite as well yet?
Me too.
Now you'll make sure you have your telemetry open. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. I mean, it normally doesn't update until you finish the session, and obviously when you're parked up, the telemetry won't be working. So as long as you're on track, and if it's not, I think the telemetry's not working, press I, make sure turn it on manually. You will also need to, as long as you've got the client installed as well, and the client's open.
Track temps increasing. It's now 33 Celsius.
Were you in your brake bias up at Tyler?
I think my brake bias is like baseline for Ferrari, so I think 53. Yeah, I'm still using the baseline setup right now.
Sounds.
Sector 2 is 0.7 off the pace.
Yeah, just make sure you got the client open there, Hilton. If you want to jump into the voice chat on Discord, jump in, mate.
Yeah, the Ferrari at Daytona was a scary experience because I woke up late because the schedule was wrong, so I actually missed my first stint. And they're like, hey, by the way, we changed the setup.
Nice.
1.4 seconds.
So like my entire first stint, I was just so afraid to do anything.
Just trying to feel the car around the track as well.
Yeah.
Sod that. Well, you know, what's all this practice for if we did change it on the day of the morning of the race? That's ridiculous. Did that seem you'd raced before as well?
Yeah. All the setup did was just like it made the car horrible at the beginning of the stint, but it made it really quick at the end.
Okay.
And yeah.
Yeah, that's what our setup in the LMDH came alive really, really nicely in the mid to low fuel load. Loved it.
I've never in my life struggled to get a car to rotate more than that setup at like, I think 3 a.m. in game time. It was horrible.
Oh, I loved it. I loved the night session.
Oh, it was great until like when the track cooled down a bit, the car just didn't want to rotate, and it was just like an experience of you had to drop your like brake bias as low as you could, and then just hope that it didn't snag. Or else you'd go around.
Hilton, I think I can hear you in the background. I can't quite, but I'll turn your volume up if possible.
I think that's his phone. Dude, that's a YouTube video.
He's put in my YouTube chat. He said, "Can you hear me?" I heard a voice, but I'm not sure what it was. The voices in my head for demons.
You're getting out.
Oh, that's definitely someone. Yep.
Yeah.
Bit more Hilton.
That puts you 1.8 seconds.
Crank it up.
You've just done a 203.
Find 11. Oh shit. Oh. Just about. I'll have to go to my Discord and turn it up a bit more. Oh shit, that's some dust here.
Okay, Kev, you need to watch the track limits.
Also the fact of a ridiculously loud engine. I am parked up on the side of the circuit at the moment. Right, Hilton. User volume. Let's turn him up. Say something, Hilton?
Mic test 1 2 3.
You're really quiet. I've got you at 200%.
Hey, put your mic in your mouth.
Mic test 1.
That's it. A bit better. Are you using a headset mic or just like a USB mic or something?
Yeah, it's a USB with the jack, so it's it's a cord headset.
Yeah. Of all the gaps to go through there, Tyler.
Track temperature's rising. It's now
Anything to stay on the racing
Celsius.
line, baby.
So I managed to log into my Garage 61.
Yep.
And if I look at my profile, I can see obviously my iRating, my license and everything.
So, have you got the actual program running in your system tray?
Where
So,
did
in
I
your-
see that?
So, in your Windows system tray, where your time is on your main display, you'll have obviously where your clock and date is, and your notifications if you're running Windows 10. There will be a little icon that looks like a little taco, little called Garage 61 Telemetry Agent. I really can't see it on my screen. Thousands of system trays stuff open. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Shitting out. 20 different applications open.
Your CPU is begging for mercy right
It's I got a new processor put in last two weeks ago.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't even notice it now. I noticed it was chugging and I was getting a bit of throttling on my old processor. On my graphics card, it just didn't quite work. So I upgraded the processor and now I don't get anything frames drop at the low end. I'm getting 120 frames easy while streaming and when racing typically now.
It's good.
I'd recommend an AMD 5800X 3D if anyone wants one.
I'm thinking about it.
So yeah, at the top I do have the Driver 61 app.
Yes, so mine's installed. Mine just starts up a bit when the computer starts up. So if it's not installed, just get it running in the background, and then that will automatically pull your data from iRacing.
No, okay.
You might need to restart your session or start your telemetry manually.
Okay, so is it web-based or is it an app that it's meant?
So it's an app. So have you not downloaded the app already yet?
It's not giving me
Probably not.
but it only opened it in the system tray. It hasn't downloaded it in terms of onto the PC.
So have you actually got in your system tray? Have you actually got it open?
Yes.
Yeah. So that means that's fine. It just runs in the background, and that's all you ever see of it. It's not an actual piece of stuff. It pulls the data out of iRacing and puts it onto the website basically. So what you might do is manually start your iRacing telemetry. See if that makes a difference.
How do you do that?
I think it's button I, or keyboard I. Sorry. That's a good question.
I'm
not just sure. Mine just starts automatically with it on.
I think initially, before I did the format, there was an app that wanted to download. But obviously, after I've done the update, since I reformatted the PC rather.
Mm.
Now when I logged in, it didn't give me an option to download the app itself.
You can probably just re-download it off the website. You go top right under your account, just says download agent. My telemetry login on my iRacing settings is Alt L. Because I can see Tyler's laps in this session. But not until we pits actually. So.
Yeah, my laps aren't going to be too great. I can't get into the 201s right now.
I think I've scraped a 202. The temperature's going up on track as well, so it'll probably fall off a little bit.
Yeah.
Here we go. Alt L, and there it is.
You got its temperature, it's in red in the bottom left, yeah?
The track temperature is increasing.
Yeah,
it's now
moist.
37 Celsius.
You should stop using that all the time. So yeah, if you just run some laps, hopefully it will show up on there, and it should all be gravy. I can see what's still there.
Let me know if my game sounds too loud.
No, I won't hear your game sounds, I don't think. So. Oh, did you? If you your headset?
Yeah, I got my headset, yeah.
Yeah, we won't hear it. Reload.
I'm going for a 202 right now. 201 I meant.
Go for it. Let's see if that works. Just throw yellow. Oh, that don't work.
I'm talking about this lap I'm going for. And that last lap was an atrocity.
Let's see if it let me throw a yellow flag in the practice session, but it doesn't.
Oh no. That corner keep going one.
Turn one.
I think turn 3.
Oh yeah, it's tricky.
Yeah, you want to stay in third gear, at least in the Ferrari you do.
Oh.
Yeah, we can hear your game a bit.
I can barely hear it.
Watch your speed. 2, 1.
All clear. Push now. Disengage limiter.
Let's turn down my brake just a bit more.
I'm gonna try low down first. It's so hot in my room right now, I might as well be driving a real car.
You probably America's getting a heat wave, not the super cold temperatures that some parts are getting.
I have no clue, but it might just be my computer.
What state are you in again?
Alabama.
You might be getting the back end of a heat wave. I was reading in our press that southeastern USA is getting record highs for this time of year. Like we're talking 30 degrees in Florida. And then
Celsius or 30 Fahrenheit.
38 Celsius. So that's probably getting off 100 Fahrenheit. And then the north and I think west of the United States, Michigan and west, is getting the coldest temperatures for this time of year. So yeah, you probably are minus 15 to 10 degrees Celsius. So that's probably minus 10 Fahrenheit roughly around that period mark. A bit less than that. No, about 10 degrees Fahrenheit. Never work.
So it always feels hot in Florida because the humidity.
Yeah.
It always feels like it's 100 degrees.
But hot for February.
The humidity in Florida sucks. It is my least favorite part about Florida.
One day I'll get over there again.
Sector 1 is 0.8 off the
That
pace.
is loose, goosey.
The track temperature's rising. It's now
Did you spin?
39 Celsius.
I did. Just got the back end going around the corner. Mid corner as well, just entry.
I was so confused. I was like, there's no way a low downforce setup allowed me to gain 6 seconds down straight.
I moved my brake bias forward again. I think that was just a bit too much. Still skitty.
I wonder if the high downforce is faster because you're carrying more speed through the corner, yeah?
Yes.
So you actually come onto the straight faster than someone with low downforce.
Yes. Correct.
So by the end of the straight, you basically, it kind of cancels it.
Yeah. And this is the thing of Sebring, it's got that real mix of those fast corners, so you can make it a lot decent amount up. Like the first and last corner, for example, I think I'll be able to hold. Oh my god, that's the wall. More straight, more corner speed. Well, if I twat the inside like that, though. Bumps.
I didn't just spin out of bounds. I'm gonna try that first. That's the understeer that hits you.
This is the thing, it is very understeery, the high downforce, I have to say. It's almost like it's. But I think it's a different car, don't it? So that, it feels like this Lambo's got a lot of downforce, but it's all on the rear. It's very hard to turn it in.
This is the safe car. I don't have to worry about spinning it.
You have a temptation because it's so hard to turn it in to try and carry a bit more speed in. So then you end up losing the back end in the mid corner. Like that. Oh, save.
The LMDH is quite a lot of fun.
0.4 seconds off the pace.
Which one, sorry?
The LMDH.
I've never driven it around here.
It's fun. Brakes scary.
You don't get one of the brakes, do you, for your pedals?
No, they're difficult for my pedals. surprised I haven't had any incidents like in the Porsche Cup with how scary those brakes are. I haven't really looked up.
So they're tricky as well, those cars, when they're braking.
You're now 2.4 off the pace. Sector 1 is 0.7 off the pace. Sector 2 is 1.4 off the pace. Sector 3 is 0.37 off the pace.
I think the reason why I struggle on the LMDH more than the Porsche is because you can kind of get away with using 100% like brake pressure.
It's the speed of the car as well, isn't it?
I'm fine with the fast cars. I like F1. You know, I usually F1 in VR instead of Corsa. You know, so speed isn't an issue. It's just brakes kill me every time.
It's not the approach speed and having to slow the car down quickly.
You need to give
There's that sensitivity part of it.
Yeah. That's because the brake pedal has it doesn't have a linear.
Yeah.
It's aggressive, so it's kind of hard to get consistent with.
It's just travel base, isn't it? You ever thought of trying to configure it so you kind of eke out that
You can't.
dead zone?
It's built into the wheelbase, like Logitech G-Man.
I mean, I think you can configure it in the iRacing software to not to do it. I think there is I don't know if it might be thinking of something different, but I think there was a guide that I saw once where it was possible.
You can set your maximum braking force, yeah.
Yeah.
And I did that for the LMDH. I set it at 80%.
Yeah. That's all you need, to be honest, in that one. Oh no. Oh, it's this. Yeah, that's not good. Yeah. I'm gonna change setups, I think. This high downforce one is not as balanced as I thought it was going to be.
Limit in the pits. Box in 1,240 feet. Box in 5.
Never watched it right there, but I guess
3.
I can. It doesn't
2.
do that.
1.
2.
Box now.
1. Stop.
Let's go find a. Oh yeah.
You gotta try the Porsche Cup again, man. No, it's fun.
I know.
Racing standard is a bit scary,
Well,
but
some of it is, isn't it? It's I never forget my first ever race I did in the Porsche Cup. It was Watkins Glen, so it was 2021. I thought my first ever race. I've done quite a lot of practice to get a feel for the car. I think I started probably 12th or 13th in that race. But all of a sudden, everyone just crashed in front of me. Couldn't get it off the line. Couldn't get it around the first corner because of cold tyres and the brakes. This is in the older Cup car. It was absolute carnage. They ended up finishing second by just keeping it clean and just driving. I was like, what is going on? And that was pretty much every race after that. I think that was
race at Hockenheim. At the start, I couldn't get off the line. And I just wound up spinning and got in like an 8-car pileup. I'm like, okay.
So many of them when people they just don't get it off the line. Oh no, here we go.
You have to be so patient with it. You have to keep the revs so low.
Yep. Just creep it off the line, isn't it? Basically. Not done with that one. Oh, that's rubbish. I can view yours, but I can't download it. How rude. High downforce sprints. George, Harris, everyone, 5.3s, full. There we go. Let's add you to the setups.
What's the best time for a GT3 car? I'm guessing like a 57.
In the Lamborghini, it's a 58.3. Let me do a GT3 search. GT3. This is on Garage 61. So most people seem to be using this these days. Mercedes. 2 laps. Yeah. GT3. That's the old one. We've got... Come on. 58054 in a Mercedes AMG. That is surprising. And that was done this season.
I guess because I think what the Mercedes is good starting, right? It has a lot of horsepower at the beginning of the revs. I think it's a different car.
I never got on with the Merc. I like the old one before they released the Evo 2020 version. I'd never got on with that newer one. A lot of Audis setting good times, looks like. A couple of Ferraris, only one Lambo, that tells you everything you need to know, and only one Porsche in the top 10. So, basically, Ferrari or a Audi.
The Audi's quite good, right?
Everyone keeps saying the Audi seems pretty good, but to me that's just another Lamborghini. Just in a different shell. Apparently not, is the way it's driving. And believe it or not, in the top 20 there was a random Ford GT. How the hell did he manage to do that?
Someone give that man a medal. He deserves it.
That's 3,894 I rating at the time. There's his way around the car. And 69.39 litres, so it wasn't even empty fuel. Jesus. That Mercedes one was done with 4.7 litres.
Air temp is now 28. The track temperature is now 44 Celsius.
So I know my target for race fuel. If I can get a 57 with race fuel, I think would be golden.
Yeah. And that's the holy grail, 57. That's mental.
I think last time I tried to test around that track, but on a different sim. I think it was R-Factor 2. I was around the 2-minute mark.
Okay. That's pretty nippy. I don't think I've driven it in R-Factor 2. The track I've got in Assetto Corsa is the same model as R-Factor 2, though. Someone just exports it out. Do you have Assetto Corsa, Hilton?
I do, just not installed at the moment. I had to reformat my entire PC.
Get it installed. If you get it installed, I have lots of mods to share. Lots of mods, especially the whole. This might be a pique your interest, maybe actually, Tyler. The whole of the LMDH collection.
That's right. What you did?
Sorry.
That interests me greatly.
I'll send you a link to a Google Drive, which might have it on.
I can send you the RSS 2022 cars because I got the Evo back.
Have I got that one back
later?
No, I don't think I got the Evo. Or did I get them?
Yeah.
I can't remember if I've got one actually. Yeah, I need to have a look. Let's check which version I've got. But yeah, I went on it was a couple of weeks ago. I can't remember what I was doing. I think I saw a screenshot of someone with the Ferrari. Oh, it was the Assetto SimDream one, which is not too bad actually. And I saw a screenshot of it with someone with the Cadillac. I was like, where the hell has he got that from? So I delved into the deepest, darkest parts of the internet to see what I could find. And there's a whole plethora of them. I mean, every single one of the current season, which has just started, and WEC is in there.
Nice.
That includes the Glickenhaus and the Toyota, and yeah, and the Peugeots.
I don't know how people did the Ferrari yet. I'm like, how do you have like the stats for that? Hello, we don't even like. Haven't seen it yet. The
people that developed it originally is a company called Assetto SimDream, I think it is, or something like that. And they were notorious pirates of ripping off other people's shell, things like that. So they're the ones. ScamDream, exactly. That's the one. So they're the ones who released it first. Obviously, the body's easy to do, but the handling and how everyone was saying was way off the chart. So only when people saw it in testing on YouTube videos and things like that, were able to kind of gauge what it might be like. But it's still questionable how close it might be without obviously hard track time and good footage of it properly yet. So, but the rumour was that ScamDream took the F1 2004 from Assetto Corsa and just tweaked it down basically.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
I don't think so. I mean, you got to take a stab. It's completely new and fair play for them trying it. To be honest, if you get them a quick book.
Well, to be fair, right, the 2004 is probably the closest 2004 car there is, right? So if you use that and then modify it to fit whatever car you want,
it's sensible. Yeah. Because it was Scam Dream, everyone was like, no, you can't do that. That's absolutely absurd.
At least you're getting the most realistic, I guess, looking. I don't know, performance-wise.
It drives nice, I'll give it that. It does drive quite well. Bloody planted, I'll say that much. At speed. So the downforce, you get a real sensation when it's got good downforce and it's got that limited low-end traction, which was like the BMW in iRacing. So the kind of baseline was good. I actually did set... all those cars in the Assetto Corsa pack are probably about 10 mile an hour faster along the straights at Daytona, because I did a few laps of a week of just testing each car on Daytona on the same track conditions and just seeing how they worked out. And it was about 2 seconds a lap quicker than what I was doing in the iRacing one. It felt like, but that was all down to probably the straight line speed. But the BMW, well, you said, of course, it handled exactly the same to me. I was quite surprised. I was like, oh, this actually feels what I expected it to drive like. I could drive it in the same way. And because NMDH is, there is an element of spec series to them, with a bit of uniqueness, they all drive similar-ish, but with little quirks. For example, the Porsche is a nightmare in handling. That is skitty. That just wants to just break out of you under acceleration. But it's so planted at the high stuff, more planted than all the others. So there's a real, once you get in there, you'll realise it's like, well, damn, these are good. I'm trying to set up a server on a Assetto Corsa and Concept Manager to do a race one day, maybe a little community race.
The track temperature is increasing. It's now 46 Celsius.
I'm friends with a mod on Jimmy Broadbent's Assetto Corsa server.
Oh yeah.
And I've been begging him to do a multi-class WEC style championship. And it's just nothing. He was like, I'm talking to him about it. I'm like, cool, thanks. And then just nothing.
Yeah, he won't. I don't think he'll do it. I think because of the source of some of the mods, it is questionable. I don't think he'd want to be associated with that. For example, the Cadillac and the Acura are not really for the public domain, let's put it that way. How they leaked out, I don't know, but I think they were made for a league. And you have to be a member of that league, probably pay some money into that league to get the models, etc., and do that. So a league exists out there called AC Friends, I think it's called. There's the parent thing.
Nice.
But yeah, everything else is pretty much freely out there. That's been done already, and either leaked out or just is. I mean, I paid for 2 mods: the Glickenhaus and the Toyota from URD. They make really good mods, so it's what this pack does, it adds new models in, but it also BOPs everything to the same level. So,
nice. So
you actually feel like it's going to be good competitive driving.
Is it weird that the cars and teams that I like are based off the steering wheel? Like, for example, because I like the way the steering wheel is. I like Williams because I like the way the steering wheel looks. I like Mercedes because of the steering wheel. I don't really care for any of the drivers or anything.
And then you jump into a BMW LMDH and it's got Cosworth steering wheel.
I like the steering wheel, that's why I got it.
It's cool, yeah.
Yeah. So has the track temperaturized any? Because I can't get within a pipe dream of a 202.
Shit, track temperature says 47 degrees.
Oh my lordy.
Jesus Christ, I said it's April, not bloody June. Shit the bed. 47.
Florida, middle of summer, worst. Horrible.
Well, I said it for the exact time of the race. Oh god.
I guess the track is going to be 47 Celsius.
That's what it's reckoning, isn't it? Jeez.
To be fair, it's very hot in Florida usually.
It can be in April, can't it?
That's because there's not a lot of clouds, I mean, there's a lot of clouds in Florida, but it's usually it rains for 5 minutes and then it clears up.
Yeah. It dries super quick, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah, that's why it's always so humid.
Yeah. Well, it's the surface of Sebring as well, because it's so concrete. It's a slippery surface at best as well.
I'm actually looking forward to driving on Sebring and iRacing. So I've done an off actor 2. It's been figured out on iRacing. The off actor 2 is very amplified because
You have to speak up a touch there, Hilton. Struggling to hear you there.
no, I was saying on off actor 2, the Sebring course, the curves are much amplified. So it's been interesting to see that on iRacing.
Watch your right, hold your line, clear to your right.
I find track representation better in iRacing than other sims in terms of how I expect it to feel. From experience of Donington Park, which is my local racing circuit, first-hand experience of it, you actually do feel those differences better, which are more realistic in iRacing from the scans that are used.
I'm actually overall I'm pretty impressed with the iRacing and the way it feels compared to the other sims. I thought off actor 2 was better than ACC, which it is in my personal opinion.
I think R-Factor 2 gives you better force feedback through the wheel, so you probably get a much more accurate representation.
Sector 1 is 0.6 off the pace.
Yeah. And then you got iRacing, you realize why everyone's so crazy about iRacing.
True.
How are you finding the Ferrari around you?
Great. I think the base setup right now needs a bit more front end. I think it's not good because I'm just kind of what's the word? I'm not scrubbing. I'm scrubbing the front tires a whole lot.
Sector 2 is
So
1.1
I'm just
off
kind
the
of
pace.
worsening the grading and the grip throughout the stint.
So following you around, it's very planted.
The Ferrari, the Lambo.
Your Ferrari looks very stable.
Yeah.
Looks easy to drive, actually. It's kind of what you want. Oh no! Oh, saved.
And you gotta be careful with the traction. With the Ferrari in the last corner, it just kind of wants to go.
Currently
It just that didn't.
off the pace. Sector 1 is 0.6 off the pace. Sector 2 is 1.1 off the pace. Sector 3 is 1.3.
The first and last corner on the Porsche Cup,
Your last lap
probably
time was at 2:05.08.
Easy. Almost
The
like
track temp's
fun.
increasing. It's
Things
now
I've had to do.
48 Celsius.
Is the Ferrari the Porsche Cup, not the Ferrari Cup, Porsche Cup, surprisingly planted.
Yes, but the 992 is. I think they apparently got the model really spot on with that one compared to the real life one as well, because that was apparently more planted than it used to be in the 991 version. Remember the 991? It was like ice. It really was on certain tracks, and you were scared to really go at it full throttle.
For example, my best lap in a Porsche Cup is a 203.5. So
Around this track.
yeah,
Yeah. I mean, they are. Oh shit! That's alright.
they are GT3 cars. To be
They are a GT3 car without traction control and ABS in all means and purpose of the car.
In the 3 laps I've done in the Ferrari on the track, I'm probably about second off the fastest time I've seen at the moment. I think I'm doing 129, so I'm doing 1.8, so a little bit of practice, maybe a little bit of a setup. Could find some back missing time. Suppose a lot of it seems time.
Oh shit!
Watch the speed. Watch the speed.
There's a good pit entry. Yeah, gotta be so careful on that last corner. Should turn my engine noise down because, well, mate, I'm struggling to hear Hilton. That's my engine, not you.
The thing I like about that final sector Sebring is that you can push a lot harder because of the long straightaway, so you don't have to worry about like overheating your fronts. You can just kind of throw it in there.
Engines. Turn you down. You turn wind down as well, don't you? Wind's high up. Still loud. 5 decibels. Nope. Let's take it down to 10. And 10 decibels.
I mean, I'm gonna turn on my fan. I am sweating.
It's the first night I'm actually turned on. I'm not actually racing, so I've got the stress of touring cars battering me from left, right, and centre. Okay. Just say something, Hilton.
Testing 93.
Yeah, that's better. Oops, turn the engine off. Dick. Oh, what's the brake bias on this setup? 53.5. Okay.
Watch your speed. 2, 1, go.
Pit exit's clear. Black flag, we'll need to pit to serve this penalty.
For sake. So, penalty.
Watch your speed. 2, 1, go.
Pit exit looks clear.
Oh, excuse me.
How many of us are interested in the endurance race at Sebring?
Which one?
The one that's, is it the 6 hour Sebring?
You mean the real world one?
The iRacing one.
The 12-hour one?
Yeah.
Yeah. All of us, mate. That's why we're here. So, obviously, what we'll be able to do in the next couple of weeks is work out the car, which is probably likely to be the Ferrari, and then get the setup nailed down, and get working out and go from there. Really, hopefully, because I'm thinking 3 teams per car, just 4 hours driving each for everyone, and if there's 6 of us currently interested, is to run 2 cars.
What I'll do is, obviously, I'll have to just keep you guys up to date with our load shedding schedule.
Oh, well, you got your power share, haven't you, basically?
Yeah, and then obviously we'll just work around.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you let us know that when you know that, and we can easily work around that. Good thing about Sebring is there's no night shift. Well, I say no night shifts. It's only 12 hours, so we're not really having to worry about everyone else's sleep patterns and things like it was for Daytona 24 hours. It's easy to jump in and out and not have to worry about it as much. The problem was, as we found out for Daytona, if someone slept in, everyone else might actually be asleep, and then you have to do a longer stint. We found that out the hard way when Jason slept in for his. I was coming to the end of a nighttime stint, and I've already done like 3 hours in the car. Like, I need a break, desperately need a break, and no one could, because everyone else was asleep, apart from my crew chief who didn't have couldn't race on iRacing. So I had to just get in a car, carry on going until we woke up.
Is it just me, or is crew chief got his right and left a bit wonka in the beginning? Cause is it just the public lobbies? Because I've picked up, like, when I do a race in the public lobbies.
Oh, I get you. On a rolling start, it's a bit funny on a rolling start.
No, it's hilarious.
Sector 1 is 0.9 off the pace.
But I've done a lot of fiddling in my settings with my crew chief, just to have it the way I like it, so you probably don't even notice it anymore.
But I have done endurance races in ACC. So I'm obviously familiar with selecting the next driver, but as far as I understand, iRacing is much better when it comes to...
It's so...
It's so easy. All you have to do is make sure that you're loaded into the same session as everyone else, which you do through the teams option. And once you're in, and it's not another person pits, all you have to do is click take control, and you're in the car.
You don't have to worry about the first guy joining, and if someone else joins, the whole race is over because now you get driver swap.
No, that's a pain in the ass.
It's just if you're in a session and your teammate pits, you can just take over straight away. It's wonderful, so easy.
And if you're driving, do you start to select that driver, or can the pit crew do that?
It's whoever's in basically. So the person watching. So for example, if you're watching me, and you're ready to go, and I need a piss or something like that, and if you're available, you can just wait for me to pull to a stop in the pit lane, and it'll give you the option to take control. And if I'm in and Tyler's in, and you're out driving, and we go, do you know what? You might be quicker at this stage, Tyler. Tyler can just jump in. The schedule is only written down on paper. It's not set in stone on iRacing or anything like that. So,
okay, cool.
No, the team element is tip top.
Strategy and actually the communication of the team.
Yeah, exactly. That's what Discord's for. I mean, I streamed the entire 24-hour race. We did Daytona earlier this year. You can hear obviously the change around of all the chats and all the conversations and the spotting and the crew chief. And just the talk before it of actually what we're going to do. Do we need to change this? Nope. Right, let's carry on going to schedule. And all those little bits and bobs.
Okay. Well, when we've obviously got to that point where we selected who's driving with who, obviously it wouldn't be a bad idea just... Well, it doesn't matter really. Even if it's the three of us, just maybe do a practice run.
Exactly that. That's what we did for Daytona, just to go a team practice session. So, we just get that use of that watching and spotting each other, and then obviously doing a driver change and then taking over and doing the crew chief side of it. Because one of the big things about it as well is getting all the settings prepared for the next driver as well, and obviously working out fuel and working out all that stuff as well around it, and just getting an idea of the car. Obviously we don't have feedback on tyres, so that feedback comes from the driver in the car at the moment. It'll be up to you to listen to how the driver said, I would say I'm going to pit next lap, but I've got a really bad front end, so you need to get the tyres changed, so you to make sure the tick boxes are ticked, etc. in the app, and get all that ready for the pit stop, so there's less time to worry about it for the driver as well.
Okay, so the driver's just really focusing on...
Correct, on exactly that's keeping it driving. Yeah. The driver can do all of that if they want to, but when there's other people there helping out and spotting and talking about the strategy, listen to the driver's feedback, watching what the driver's doing as well.
The track temperature's rising. It's now 51 Celsius.
Especially in the middle of a fight, it's not trying to worry about...
Correct. Yeah. I mean, I love spotting and being a crew chief for people. I really do. I'm a stats nerd, so I like to work out what other drivers are doing on track and working out strategy around that. Whether that means stopping a lap early or pushing that extra bit of fuel just to go a lap longer so we get a better track position.
Yeah. Okay, so you and I will see eye to eye because it sounds like you and I...
Sector 1 is 0.9 off the pace.
That's good. Oops, gear change.
Ferrari feels completely different from ACC to iRacing, so...
I've driven it in ACC. Yeah.
I've driven the Ferrari in ACC, I've driven the Ferrari in R-Factor 2, and now I've driven the Ferrari in iRacing. To be quite honest, the iRacing for me feels better than the two. If I had to put them in order, I'll say iRacing is R-Factor 2, then ACC.
I dare you to put that in Reddit.
The Ferrari on ACC isn't good. For some reason, it just can't take curves. The car unsettles for no reason.
Sounds like ACC most of the time for me. That was. Last. Well,
I started on...
Okay, Kev, we need to watch these track limits.
I went to R-Factor 2. and I've obviously felt iRacing, so maybe I've done it in a different order to everyone else. AC to me is not much force feedback feel, but I haven't been on AC in a long time, to be honest.
AC, depending on what you want in terms of mods. So if you're running the very latest content shaders patch and all of those things that go with that, it feels a very different game to what it was 3 years ago. I mean, for me. I mean, it does have a good online community in official racing with their iRacing system as well. It's very good. It's just not that well populated, but it feels awesome. And if there's more people doing it, man, that would be dangerous for iRacing if it was. Oh, there are some freaks. So yeah, it's not bad. I'm a big fan of AC. I wish I gave it more time. I did a oh god, it was 2 Christmas ago. A comparison of the Porsche 911 GT3 RS, no, GT3R, across what sims. So iRacing, Automobilista 2, Forza, well, that counts as a sim, but I used it. R Factor 2, Assetto Corsa Competizione, and there's one more missing. Which one?
Race room?
Yes, race room. And I compared it all the two, and the R Factor 2 one and the iRacing one were pretty much identical in terms of how the feel was. The AC one I felt better than the ACC one. Forza was typically arcadey and loose, but it wasn't a million miles away, I have to say. That's just the nature of that particular title. Automobilista 2 needed a lot of tweaking to get it close, so out of the box it wasn't as good. But yeah, it was really, really good. Race Room was, again, very understeery compared to the other ones, but I think it's just the way it's set up, particular force feedback setups that they have. It was quite startling, actually. I think R Factor 2 and iRacing for me have always been very similar. Especially when it comes to touring cars, which is where I spend a lot of my time. And R Factor 2 is pushing hard on its touring cars at the moment. But they do feel pretty much the same across all their cars.
Yeah, we actually just finished the touring, well, I say just finished, but we've had already, I think, 8 rounds with the BMW, so a couple of months back we finished the British Touring Car Series. Myself and my team, we were, I think, lying 4th or 5th halfway through the season, and then I said, guys, you know what, get this pulled together and practice properly, put a strategy together, and we finished 2nd in the championship.
Nice.
Like literally, I think we were
okay, Kev, you've used half your fuel.
From the team that finished P1.
Sector 1 is 0.5 off the pace.
And yeah, I mean, we put in a lot of time. I think the one that, I mean, even on the M2, I think at Mid Ohio, I'd never seen the track before, and the BM's nature to be really loose. I think I put in something like 600 laps of practice before the race.
600 laps.
Alright, Kev, 10 minutes of fuel remaining.
Where'd you find the time?
Yeah, that's the same thing in chronic mindset. How did you do that? Well, that's pretty much work. Come home at 6 at night in between load shedding or charging, pretty much 46 hours a night. And I managed two solid finishes, and he was 8th and 5th.
My missus would kill me if I did that.
It was close. Not a warning fly.
Car. Track temperature is at 51 degrees.
Okay, so that's why I'm just
now 2.3 off the
absolutely
pace.
send it.
Sector 3 is 0.8 off the pace.
As we get in the hot weather practice out of the way now.
You know, I'm proud of my 2.9 last lap.
Yeah, just gives a good lap, that is. I think honestly, possibly my fastest lap for a long time. Oh, I've got understeer at turn 4
You need to watch
again.
the
That is a tricky one.
I hope Rensport does good though. For what I've seen, Rensport looks great.
It's looking good, isn't it? Yeah. I watched that ESL event last week that they had, or 2 weeks ago, and I was quite impressed with it, to be honest. Once they get it fine-tuned and get the handling model looking like how it drives, it looked a bit, obviously, flat, not really much suspension travel on any of the cars, but it looked like it would be an ACC competitor. Whether or not they bring more diverse cars to it is another will remain to be seen.
They will. They said that we're not going to stick to GP3s.
Yeah.
So, because I hope so. It's like an Unreal Engine 5 Assetto Corsa physics.
I hope so as well.
Unity.
I watched a interview that they did just before the ESL, and I say just before, I think it was last month, where they said they were obviously using the Unreal Engine 5, and obviously they weren't jumping into this card. It's gonna be interesting. I think AC2's coming out this year.
ACT won't be out this year. Next year, they reckon. Yeah, if that.
The 2024.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting because you're going to have Rensport at the end of the year, and then you're going to have AC2 coming out shortly afterwards.
If AC2 keep on their modding community and keep them engaged, AC2 will be, and they get that right, obviously. That will be probably Game of the Year, Sim of the Year, whatever they call it. But Rensport, I mean, I'd be very keen to try Rensport.
Well, they're saying they are opening it to the modding community as well, Rensport, so that could be a direct.
And I don't know how easy it is to mod for an Unreal Engine. I'm looking at my games catalogue. I don't have many Unreal games in there, but you don't see a lot of modded games coming out for it. I don't think it attracts those kind of titles yet, so that's the other thing. Because I'd imagine it's a more complex thing than
off the pace.
Previous incarnations of it.
100%.
One thing I didn't like about Rensport was that it looked like the slip angle was a bit exaggerated.
Yeah.
For the eSport drivers, which is actually, I think, an issue in, I want to say,
AMS2
room. Okay, AMS, that's what it is.
They did fix that, and it made it a completely different experience. I think Rensport, I don't know, did anyone comment on it about it public who actually raced on it? Because obviously the handling model that we saw on screen I don't think was fully representative of what they actually drove and how it felt.
It's on an alpha build and it looks amazing.
It was. I was surprised at how well it did actually. I thought alpha build. That's a brave thing to do on a stage like that.
An alpha build, a game that's not even close to being done.
Yep. I mean, I'm testing a piece of software at the moment called Trophy AI from something called Driver 61. It's basically AI coaching, and I've been given an alpha build of that, and that's horrible.
All right.
And I think if that's one version of an alpha build, and Rensport did that with an alpha build,
The lap time was at 2:04.
they got some polish that they've done really well on. Slumdog in my YouTube chat. We are GT3ing at Sebring, or attempting to anyway.
My tires are so hot right now. I'm gonna get like 100 across.
Oh, Joe, I might actually check mine. I haven't got my stint software open, so I don't know how many laps I've done. Try not to scribble too much.
See, according to Jared61, looking at my stats, I'm actually quite consistent across the board.
That's good.
with the different vehicles that I have.
That's what it's good for, isn't it? It's really... I like looking at the lines and looking at people's variation in lines and of each other and working out breaking points and all this kind of stuff. Slumdog, you are absolutely correct. This is the Lamborghini, which I believe is a V10.
It is a V10.
Sector 2 is 1.6 off the pace.
V10s have like the most noticeable sound in the world.
Yeah. Fortunately, with this car, it's just all engine you hear. It's like, what was that? It sounds quite flat compared when you turned it down. It's like, oh, come on. No, don't spin. Don't spin, thank you.
Very little fuel left. Box this lap, please, Kev.
Oh, I am due a stint change. Fuel is now running out. How long was that stint? Well, that wasn't like a 40-minute stint, surely. Must have been.
I'm getting, what, 3.44 liters per lap?
On 3.6 litres.
Oh, you gotta be careful on the throttle, man. You're
Yeah, man.
slurping.
Drink it, baby.
Thirsty boy over there.
I am a bit more of a heavy on it. Actually, so, he's thinking about it, actually. I'm on averaging 3.6, yeah. And fuel, I was gonna say, fuel wear has never been my, fuel use has never been my massive strong point. Too used to sprint races. My mentality in Daytona, I'll smash it hard for the next few for this stint and see where we go. And to be honest, I don't think we ever fell behind on stints actually, on fuel.
We're running on fumes, mate.
Completely forgot to get C-Class
this
over
lap.
for Daytona.
Yeah, I wasn't too minds whether to run it and I didn't bother in the end. I kind of wish I had. It was the timing of it was rubbish for me. There's only one time slot I could have done when I was just busy that night, Thursday night, and it was like, everything else is like middle of the night or when I'm working. Right, incoming pits. Put in.
Watch your speed. 1.
Look out for the pit speed limit. Box in 12. 104
Let's have a look at the tyre wear when we pull up.
meters remaining.
How many laps did we do? Didn't tell me.
9. 8.
Box in 5.
6.
4.
5,
3.
4, 3,
3.
1.
2,
Box now.
1.
Stop.
On the money. Look at that. Do you know what, actually? Considering that stint, we only ran 15% wear on my front left and 19 on my rear left. Front right was 86 and rear right was 84. Wish they had the BMW M3 GTR because they're known for the sequential transmission. That's an M4 GTR now. Oh, much fuel to put in. Not often anything else under fuel then, actually. I don't know. Right, where's my garage 61? Let's have a quick gander. There's. Are you still at Okayama, Hilton?
No, I'm off at the moment.
Oh, you're home.
Oh. Yes.
Well, did you see that Alonso got P2 first day of testing?
Did he?
Yeah.
Never quite. I mean, I'm a big McLaren fan. It's interesting to see how they end up finishing off. Yeah,
Why did my Okayama details pull through?
no, I can't see anything on there.
Strange. Okay, well, my Code 61 agent says it's not logged in at the moment.
Ah, so that would need to be logged in.
So,
Right click and yeah. Not sure how you log it in, to be honest.
The track temperature's decreasing. It's now 48 Celsius.
That might be why.
it's not giving me an option to log in. That's crazy. Why is that?
I think I might be scrubbing the front right a bit too much. I have like 78% wear.
Oh, you just come in as well, have you?
Yeah.
So you're at 78. So I managed to be a bit more less wary.
Yeah.
Do I have to be in iRacing for it to log in?
You shouldn't need to. You should log it. Most of my log's been automatically, actually. It might need a system reboot, to be honest.
Restart PC. Okay, let's try that. I'll be back now.
Well, we got 20 minutes.
Yeah, after Daytona, I hit a massive slump. I lost like 500 iRating within a week.
I did see that, and I was like,
yeah,
I'm not going to comment because, do you know what? I did exactly the same. I looked. I was trying to put my finger on it, but I don't understand how and why. It was just something not quite the same. I think part of me actually, I said to one of my mates, it's probably a little bit of burnout without realising it. You've just done 24 hours. Maybe not you raced it, but you're generally aware 24 hours of the whole thing, and you kind of just maybe want a break. And then you end up doing more races because you kind of got a bug about it as well. But you're probably not at your peak mental capacity for it. That was my justification to myself. And now it's slowly creeping back up again, my iRating. But yeah, I had a couple of weeks where I was just like, what's going on? I felt off the pace. I didn't feel I was anywhere near the potential.
It's same, and I was getting like 12 incidents a race, and all of them were off tracks.
Wow.
Loss of control. Yeah.
I didn't have a safety rating drop. I just had just a pace drop.
Oh, I derated to B. My safety rating got so low.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I managed to keep it above 3.5. It's just dropped to 2.8 recently because someone punted me off in a race, and then I bloody lost it all and went down below over the whole number. So I ended up, you take a big penalty for it. But I'll do another good race in my touring car, so it'll be back above 3 again.
So,
whatever.
There we go. Now it's logged in.
Watch
This is it. There we go.
System restart.
2, 1, go.
It exit looks clear.
They probably won't push through any of your old laps, so they'll only redo new laps. Don't get dumb.
That's alright. I'll do that now. Make sure it's working properly.
I mean, this guy who's developed Scary 61, he's doing it all for free, and he's just started asking for donations and stuff. Even he's like, you know what, I don't need to do it for that because the system's set up and running. It's so reliable. Evening, Mr. Brunson in chat. Track temperature is that did drop to 48. Now it's come back up to 49 again. Doing
It's a bit ridiculous.
It's a bitch.
Tire key. Should work in test drive.
It'll work in any session. Any session, yeah. It doesn't pull through your data typically until you do a pit stop or you get out of the car, basically.
Okay.
Because that's an iRacing limitation of live telemetry. Which I do wish there was a better way of pulling live telemetry out of a car instead of just watching someone's in-car view. I kind of hope they do bring that into iRacing. So just for team events would be good. So yeah, when you are running with a crew behind you, they can really see all your data. And obviously coach if you need to as well.
I saw a video of like an AI driver or an AI crew chief.
Yeah, that was a Reddit the other day, wasn't it? That's someone's developing that themselves. Yeah. That's quite similar to the software I'm testing at the moment, the Trophy AI.
That seemed to me, it was like able to talk to me or talk to it and give me like
little pointers.
Answers. Yeah,
it's getting so clever, isn't it?
It's genius.
I mean, this one I've been testing, they've just rolled out into the package an AI overlay. So when you're test driving, and perhaps even for coaching purposes, it'll overlay the braking points on your iRacing screen. So where it thinks you need to improve your braking zone. I managed to get it working yesterday for the first time in 2 weeks. It never worked. And the Lamborghini Okayama was one of the cars that they've got demoing for at the moment. And I did, 2 laps clean? And it analysed those 2 laps and it went, right, you need to brake 15 metres later at turn 1. And use this particular kind of pressure. I was like, it's getting all that from AI, but it's obviously transposing it on a screen, and it's clever shit. But it creates an AI-generated iRacing track view in its own software. I'm like, how is it doing that? But that's just all from AI and the data that you've given it, based on obviously data inputted from professionals and where they think you should be driving and all those similar stuff. It's getting clever.
Also AI commentary, like sports games and stuff. That'd be awesome. You get like a iRacing 24-hour broadcast.
Is
like stuff is actually happening.
Are you familiar with GTR 2?
I don't even know what that is.
They've shown me age. So GTR 2 in 2006 was the sim game to have. The people who developed it went on to develop Project Cars. And they all jumped ship before Project Cars 3 got released, because everyone knows what a shit show that was. Thank God. But I really like Project Cars. That was one of my favourite games at the time. And the developer from that has patented, I don't know how accurate it is, an AI commentary system based on what is going on track. They took the voices of
0.7.
Who's the 2 NASCAR colour commentators on Fox?
That's good.
Trying to think of the word, but you heard it and thinking, shit, that's those 2 guys. I think it was Jeff Gordon and someone else. If we do VR, I'll find it in a second. And it basically AI'd their voices onto a race that was going on. You didn't see the race footage; it was just audio. Or did you? Oh, shit, I can't remember now. I have to find it. But this was done by the creator of GTR 2. So they're getting all this fancy new tech put in, and while working on the GTR 3, which everyone's kind of like, oh, hold on, this could be an AC killer or a Rennsport killer if they could get it like GTR 2 was in 2006. And if you get hold of a copy of GTR 2, which I would recommend it, you'd probably have some of the best fun you could ever have in a sim. And I think there's quite a good online community as well. I remember getting it when I first got a PC back in the mid-2000s. Oh, God. And it was just... that was just sort of a gamepad. Obviously, no one had steering wheels back then.
Sector 3 is 0.9 off the
Track temperature is 47 degrees now.
So it says right here that the booth announcers for Fox are Adam Alexander, Jamie Little, Phil Parsons, Michael Waltrip.
Michael Waltrip, that's the one. Yeah. I think Parsons Those are two names that were mentioned. Let's see if I find it. I remember I was just sat there watching and thinking, this is clever as shit. How are they doing this? But what it worked out, the AI was that clever, it worked out where there was periods of non-action really happening, so, you know, just following each other like a Formula 1 race. And then they basically just put into the action colour commentary, just a bit of feedback about the driver's history and all that stuff, and it's pulling it off the internet, you know, so it's knowing where to look, this program to look on the internet and pull out this data, and then the AI creates a script that these generated audio is pulled from, but it sounds exactly like they do in real life.
There are a lot of guys using that the chat bot,
chat. Yeah, I mean, I've played around with that a few times. I think that's clever. This is basically the same kind of thing. It's just taking an API like that, pointing at the internet, because what ChatGPT is, I've done a little bit of research into how it works. It's basically predicting what you're writing. So it's already knowing roughly the context by what you start off writing and guessing the most likely thing will be after it. So it knows kind of the context that you're asking it. It's a clever interpretation tool. So, you know, it comes across as AI. Obviously, it has got AI program built into it, but it's predictive.
Sector 3.
100%. I had a friend of mine actually was chatting last night while we were busy reformatting my PC. He used ChatGPT to help him build a website.
Yeah.
The coding, obviously he's got to take the coding and put it all together at the end of the day. But he can basically put a base website together using ChatGPT.
Fair play. I mean, I've been using ChatGPT to try and write a webhook piece of code into an IFTTT adapter, app on my PC. So when something happens in iRacing, it triggers something automatically on the stream. Because obviously iRacing has an API. It sends out a piece of code to SimHub, which then generates a flag on screen. Well, what I'm trying to work out and trying to understand it, because my coding knowledge is pretty poor. It's how do you pull? I want it checkered flag. I want my light in my room to flash, black, white, and black, so matches the checkered flag on the screen. It's possible, but the ChatGPT just goes, give me the iRacing code for this, this, and this, and I haven't quite been able to implement it now because my knowledge of it isn't good. But it goes, this is what you need to do. I'm like, where are you putting that information from? It's mental. But it kind of gives you good signposts of how to find stuff like that. It's clever.
Yeah, no, it definitely is.
But yeah, if you know anyone who's good at coding, let me know, because I've got a bit of work for someone.
I can ask my nephew and see how far he is, because he does coding for my sister. Just depends on how complicated you need the...
It's not complicated. By the sound of it, it's very uncomplicated.
I'm very complicated though.
For a layman like me, hardware I understand, coding is a different beast. I'm very much a copy and paste coder. Find the code, copy it, and trial and error it out. Because if I'm looking at it, it only requires 2 lines of code or something stupid like that. It's knowing the exact parts of the code to put into those 2 lines and make it work. Give me just my nephew, who is he's in computer science, but it's not his kind of coding. I think all coding is generic these days in my head. He says, no confidence whatsoever. Feeling nice in this car now. You watch it. It's just, I don't know, rhythm.
Temperature's decreasing. It's now 46 Celsius. Sector 2's a second off the pace.
You want to go with the 2 curves on the left?
Say again, sorry?
So after that right-hander, where you went through?
Is it the tower one?
I have no clue, but
Okay.
the 2, I don't know the corner names. But the 2 left-handers before you go into the right left, or for the back straight, you want to go as close as you can to the left, like to the cones. You basically want to be on the cones because you can carry a bit more speed through.
I think I know which one you mean, yeah.
You're currently 2.8 seconds off the
Shit,
pace. Sectors 1
There's
and
a
3.
turn there somewhere, Kev.
9 off the pace. Off the pace in sector 2. That lap was a 2:04.94.
Wasn't paying attention there.
Mind these track limits, please, Kev. Sector 2 times
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, sector 2 times great.
Just heard that in the background.
Made a meal of this sector 3 though.
44 degrees for track temp.
Might be able to get a 201.
Watch your speed. 2, 1, go.
Pit exit is clear. Push now. The track temperature is falling. It's now 44 Celsius.
It was 0.26 off the best.
He said your best.
Your best. That right-hander's tower.
Yep. Okay, yeah. So you kind of want to be on the curves of the 2 left here, over the second left, and then get as close as you can on the left.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much like that.
I was way too centre last time, wasn't I?
You're fine. I don't know what to do for that right-hander there.
You could get as close as possible, but it's getting that entry from the previous corner. That first one where you'd go left, or you told me to go as far left as possible. If you get that slightly too quick an entry, you compromise the next 2 corners quite significantly.
Really, I don't really notice that, so it might be a Lambo issue, maybe.
It might be. It's a bit understeery. This is really wide. Oh shit.
They'll delete the track limits.
Monk.
Bonk. You still logged in the session?
Yeah, I'm still loaded in. Yeah, I'm just watching you. I was waiting for qualifying.
That one. There we go.
Sector 2 times quick.
What's my child's school sent me at 11:15 at night. Please find attached strike action for your school. Oh, we're able to be open for more classes.
The track temperature is decreasing. It's now 42.
You fucking bastards. Literally, there's a lot of strikes in the UK at the moment. And my kid's school was closed, was it 3 weeks ago for the last strike? I think, okay. So if I send out a letter literally just now, they're we were able to open more classes for the next day of strike action. And out of the 10 classes they've got, 10 classes they've got, 7 are in, 3 of them are shut, and 1 of them is my child's. Lovely.
Wonderful.
What is the strike about? Like work conditions?
We've got a big thing about inflation, and the rate of pay is not matching the rate of inflation. So, and our energy bills are too high, and no one can afford to pay for their costs and things like that. And ultimately, there is a point to it. But teachers are quite well paid in our country, in my opinion. And so they were striking because they want more pay. Bear in mind, they get 13 weeks paid holiday leave in this country.
13 weeks.
13 weeks, yeah.
Well, I guess that's summer as well. So
saw a message in chat. There's a couple of comments on it as well. They get 36 weeks in the summer, 2 weeks in my area, which is 6 weeks after that. So that's like the Halloween half term, we call it. They get 2 weeks to 2.5 weeks of Christmas, maybe, depending on how it falls. Another week in February, which here was last week. 2.5 weeks at Easter, and another week in June. And they get paid sick pay, and they get, and it's just paid holiday. I'm not sure what it's like in America, but
that's the session P2.
Yeah. Some of them, I'd say, full pension. Yeah, they get good perks, but they want more, and they do a good job. They teach my child, who is 6 years old. But so I think they want us to do. I think it was like a 15% pay rise or something. Bearing in mind they already earn more than the average pay in the UK, so it's like, well, hold on, guys.
Well, I guess some of it is they're genuinely having to deal with like awful personalities all day.
Yes.
I don't know how your kid is, but speaking from personal experience, I was a horrible person when I was a kid.
Mine has potential.
Watch the white line. Okay, go. Let's get this done.
Qualified start, by the way.
I'm on one track.
It's not showing up.
Well, maybe because we're in different sessions, technically.
Oh, it's the lone session, that's fine. Duh. Track temperature is 43 degrees. So it's not just the teachers in this country. We've had train drivers constantly on strike, police, fire service on strike, nurses on strike, border patrol on strike. We've had.
The border for what? You guys are surrounded by water.
Well, you say that, but we get a lot of immigrants.
Oh.
And people at the airport's just affected by it. Eurotunnel, ferries. We rely on everything coming overseas. What else has gone on strike? Probably a lot of other stuff I can't remember. We're not far off what we would call a general strike in this country for most professions.
I think high school, middle school teachers should be paid a lot because the stuff they have to go through. Oh my. High school teachers.
Dealing with children in puberty, no chance. Wouldn't catch me anywhere near that.
No, just the amount of angst.
Yeah.
It would be overbearing.
I wouldn't have the patience for it.
The track temperature's rising. It's now 43 Celsius.
Right, so I may have forgotten turn 1 existed for my quali lap, but hey, we're still on track.
There's only one lap of quali.
Yeah.
Should be right for time because it's a bit tardy. Get out of the pits. Yeah, fine. As long as I don't crash, I'm alright.
Famous last words.
Oh, bumpy. Pretty sure doctors in this country did vote to go on strike as well recently. Bear in mind, we have a public health system. I'll leave you. We're our own worst enemy at times.
Has people gone on strike about the load shedding?
Yes, there's even been a couple of marches, but peaceful marches. Not strangely enough. No real outright riots and stuff, but there's been some people part of the union that have taken strike. Our company's got a very strict policy that if you are part of the union and you strike, it's a tough one. Sometimes they'll say to you, if it's an unjustified strike, and they'll say, well, you can stay at home, but you know, you're not going to pay, or you can choose to come to work, depending on how safe it is. Sometimes if they're all marching early in the morning in certain areas, the company will say that it's maybe safer for them to stay at home, especially if they're using company vehicles. Because what they'll tend to do is stone vehicles with bricks and we've had one of our vehicles destroyed before, so if we have technicians or whatever that are at home...
V2, you've just done a 204.16.
Stay at home. But we haven't, in all fairness,
That's the end of the session, V2.
Violence around it.
It's time to join the grid.
Anyway.
So you guys are actually having real peaceful protests, not what we had over here?
Well, I say peaceful, but it's destructive, but not to the point where it was last year. Last year we had a bad riot in certain areas of the country where they actually physically burnt down buildings. And
Brunson, you have to be a member of my Discord with good standing, shall we say. And this is my team one, and you're not a sim racer, so unfortunately not this one. However, if I ever on Discord do the normal live stream, you are welcome to join that with the live stream button in there. Standing
5 laps.
Standing star boy.
Is 44.
Oh,
Yeah, temp is
GT3 car.
27
Yep.
Celsius. Okay, Kev, get ready. Green, green, green.
Well, that's an anticlimax of a start, aren't they?
Yeah.
Left side, still there, stay with them. Hold your line, still there, hold your
You get the power down there.
Still there, hold on. Clear on the left. On your left, they're still there, hold it, still there, left side clear. On the left, still there, stay with them.
Oh no, my bad.
Hold your line,
Undershirt
still
is
there,
a
hold on,
kind of
your
a
left.
thing.
Oh, slow it down.
Right side, hold your line, clear in the right, go.
Everyone's settled in there.
It's right quicker than Lambo and straight on.
I don't know. I think it's just because I'm able to get the power down and or at least for my setup, I kind of changed the preload so I get a bit more rotation.
On your right, they're still there, clear right.
iRacing setups.
What do you say? Something believable about iRacing and setups?
Something I've got installed in with iRacing is
I have no clue what I'm doing for setup.
You're now in the lead.
Sometimes the numbers don't make sense, but it works.
Car left, hold your line. Still there.
Good move.
Left side.
A bit late on the brakes there. This is a good way of ending a practice session.
Yeah. As long as you don't crash into each other.
Exactly. Saturday night's one can be more interesting.
I still don't have that corner down. I have that corner really good in the Porsche Cup, but that's still kind of
I think it suits the car that hasn't got traction control in that corner, to be honest. So you can really turn it to make the car turn with it under acceleration. Oh, twitch. Whew, you bugger.
I'm not gonna slow down.
Did you?
I didn't feel like I went over the curb too much.
It didn't look that bad, to be honest. I was like, what?
Well done, Kev. Great
A
move.
1.1
Keep it
second
up.
slowdown, man.
Wow, for that was harsh.
Yeah, that's a bit hard.
It was well harsh. Should have said I probably could have cleared it. Put my
3 laps of fuel remaining. Your times are good in all 3
shit. I changed my fuel for the for the session started. You got 3 laps remaining. Shit, is that enough?
It should be.
Yeah, I didn't do the calculation properly.
Practice fuel saving.
Oh, get around the corner. Oh, you did the same as well.
Yeah, you gotta be careful at this corner right here. Porsche Cup, you will get loud.
The stewards have warned us for cutting the track.
And the amount of people walking.
Yeah. I'm doing what I do then, just slamming on the anchors and just losing it a touch on the front end braking.
I started P19 one time, and I was P4 by the end of the lap because 8 people died at that one corner.
Fucking.
Hold your nerve, just keep it smooth, no mistakes. They're faster than us into turn 1.
I got so much better acceleration.
So that was ridiculous.
Your line. Still there. Hold your line.
Oh my god, I launched on that curve. I'm
It did. I heard it. I was like, whoa, bump.
I went airborne.
One for the replay. One for the replay.
Okay, note to self, don't go over that curve.
Suppose rather now than in the 12 hour. Drive this crazy car, you can use which one.
Well, unlike ACC, you can use curbs in this game with the Ferrari. So it's actually quite good at taking curbs.
Unless you're in a Toyota. In a GR86. Horrible car for curbs.
Also, when you're going into the last corner, don't get on the brakes in a straight
Come
line.
on, Kev. 2 laps left.
You kind of want to start getting on the brakes when you start turning the wheel.
That's
Yeah, I'm not trail braking enough in this car.
laps of fuel remaining.
It's the thing I struggle with in the GT3 cars. It's only really trained my foot to do it. That Ferrari's got some top end on it, I'll give it that.
Ferrari's got legs.
Yeah, it's got legs on it. Definitely got the edge on you in that corner, definitely.
think I'm a lot better than you at the end, at like kind of the almost on the back of you. This section of the track, I think I'm a lot quicker. Just killed you right there.
It's very stiff on the suspension. It's not quite taking the transfer of the weight through the corner as well as I want it to. You can just feel it be really heavy on the. Need a more squishy one.
The track temperature is increasing. It's now 47 Celsius. Concentration, make the bastard work for it. Come on,
straight line of that car is mental.
We'll win this. This is the last lap of fuel. You're matching race pace.
We are running out of fuel.
Fuel lights on.
Car to your left, still there. Still there, hold your line. Clear on your left.
You're 2/10 off the pace in sector 1.
Oh no, I was gonna try to do my favorite move, but you actually, like, you're a bad driver. I do that all the time on Porsche. I act like I'm gonna stay on the racing line, and the moment they go to the racing line, I dive under them.
Defending is one of my strong points.
Yeah.
Just putting the car in the right place.
Yeah, I was like, no!
What I don't have in at right pace, I have in racecraft.
Okay, Kev, don't be intimidated by this little shit. Make him work for it.
Right side, hold your line. Right side clear.
2 litres left.
Car right, still there. Still there, hold on.
Oh my
Right
word.
side. Car to your right, hold it. You're clear right.
Oh! Good driving, man.
Well done, Kev. Great win. You deserved that today.
What was that over the line? Give us a split.
1.1.
Oh shit.
1.1.
I'm looking away.
I didn't see what happened to me. What was that, lap 2? I just clobbered the curb and went flying.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that one out as well.
What was it? Lap 3 then? Yeah, it must have been lap 3.
3 or 5, yeah. Oh, that was a good one. 0.167 over the line. Have a look at it. Just want to be going on TikTok if it's any good. I need to repaint my Lambo actually. Look at that. Oh, pretty much handbrake that car around that hairpin and the first one.
Yeah. Quite lucky there wasn't no serious contact.
I was watching the preceding corners first of all. Man, you got so much drive out of that corner before it, didn't you?
Yeah.
The preceding one, give you good room. Curb strike! No, that wasn't too bad actually.
Yeah, it felt a lot worse. It looked a lot worse than
It felt it in car. Man, that was good.
It's a lot of fun. I gotta see how I got this slow down because I feel like that was not worth a 1.1.
I don't think so either. From my angle, it didn't even look like you cut the corner. Oh, that was harsh. I think that was really harsh on you. That was.
It's lap 2 then. I got the.
I got it.
You got it.
Yeah. No, don't press that button. Okay, that one. I mean, you had, for a split second, probably all 4 wheels inside the yellow line, but it's... Let's get a better angle if I can. Good chopper. Oh man, that is not worth 1.7 seconds, let's put it that way.
I feel like I lost more time because
I think you lost more time. Yeah, exactly that. So that wasn't even... Jeez, for that. That was harsh. Proper harsh. No, so if it hadn't given you that harsh penalty, you would have easily won that by a couple of few seconds. Oh, I mean, did you actually have all 4 wheels off? I don't think you did. Oh, I tell you one thing. If you were given that a real world event, we're talking a millimeter.
Well, looking at it from the nose perspective, my car is still touching the yellow line. It's over it, in terms of like nose.
I don't know if I've got my replay controls set up for this. Zoom? No. Damn you. I don't know if you can see it on the stream or not. On the chopper camera that I've got on there.
Oh, maybe.
I mean, it's millimeters, isn't it? I'm just going to get a... Let's toggle my zoom on it. Zoom in. Zoom in that button there. There we go. No, wrong way. Damn it. Zoom out. There we go. I mean, is that a penalty?
By definition, yeah, I think.
I mean,
but I don't think it's 1.1 though.
I don't think it's 1.7, but that's mental. I mean,
I think you still lost more time going over than
he did. That was harsh. The harshest penalty of the day. Screenshot.
The issue with that is you kind of have to throw the car over that curb to get the most out of it, I found. So that's what I try to do, and I guess I got to be better at it. You know, penalties warranted.
Oh man, zoom out.
That's really harsh. Wow.
Proper harsh. That's the difference, was it? A millimeter, surely.
Yeah.
Oh man, right, let's clear out there.
Yeah, I even went wide because I went over the curb. So.
Game disconnected.
Oh,
Bye.
no.
That's mad. That is absolutely mad. Oh man. Right then. I enjoyed that. That was actually a good way to finish the session. That was actually. I think I'll make that a theme of ongoing sessions that we host. So, a little bit of fun out of that. So you're around Saturdays, didn't you, Tyler?
It should be.
Yeah, Saturday. Hilton, you said you'll be back in. You'll have the track then.
Yeah. Right,
Yep.
the track.
Excellent. I think Jason said he's away. Tom Woodcock, who is quite new to the channel as well, the team, he'll be back. He'll be on as well. He's good in the touring car, so I think he'll translate quite well into a GT3 as well. And try and go with Joey, and hopefully Billy, the other Aussie, will be around as well. So we might get a few of us in now on the Saturday one, which should be nice. We're going to just do the Ferraris. So yes. Thank you in the chat there, Hilton. Drop it in.
100%.
Yeah, character that was in there before you, someone I used to work with. Probably high on drink. Is that SRL TV? Look at that. There we go. Joining in late at the end of the session. I'm going to mention new SRL team lap record. There we go. I'll take that. This is the good thing about Gary 61, because if you're in a number of teams, you get a little bit of competition going on as well. See how many teams can you break your records in? So yeah, we will be same time again on Saturday, chaps, and Ferraris. And I'll dig some setups out. One thing at Gary 61 Hilton is there's a section called setups, and there'll be a team setups. I'll put all the setups I find in there, so you can, and it automatically syncs into your iRacing folders. So you can basically pick the setups, have a play around with it. So we've all got the same setups, and go from there really. So see what feels good for everyone. If that all works for you.
All I ask is that the setup has some oversteer. That's
oversteer. It needs. I think the GT3s need a little bit of oversteer. I'm with you on that one. They need to be just a bit more pointy on the front end, don't they? Just have that confidence of it.
Sebring, we can get a bit more understeer because, to be honest, I don't really want to snap over first or final corner.
I mean, yeah, you don't want any on the power oversteer, so you want to avoid that. With the two sharp hairpins, you don't need it too pointy because you're in heavy braking. Yeah, we'll get the blend between us. I mean, I like a GT3 car to be more oversteery as well. So, don't know about you, Hilton.
Well, I mean, you can always adjust the brake bias, I guess, on the fly. If it's
True.
Used
Yeah.
Overkill, but yeah, let's get a baseline going and.
And we play off air. It worked well for us at Daytona. We got a good baseline thing which matched all the kind of drivers that would be using the car. But then obviously the brake bias was a decided factor that people could play around with on there as well. So yeah, that was good.
I should be able to see my average lap time on Garage 61.
Well, you should be able to, yeah. Should be able to.
Can you look at them? Because I felt like my average lap time on the left side.
I mean, your fastest lap in the Discord feed was 2:02.300. Gary 61 overview teams setups. Excuse me. So Lamborghini Huracan, Lamborghini GT3 Evo. Don't record your times. Did it show up in my list of ones for your times to have?
Oh, I see mine. So my average lap time is, I think, a 2:04. Let's say that up.
It doesn't actually say, does it? But there we go. Average clean lap 2:05.677. That's in the practice qualifying account. So yeah, average clean 2:05.6. Your average lap, which it doesn't give us. No, it doesn't give us that. So the practice is 2:05 apparently.
Yeah, I expect that because the track was super hot.
It did. It
was full.
Yeah, I don't know. Can't imagine it being that hot. 51 was the highest. I mean, that's the limit, I suppose, of what we might end up seeing. I mean, is it possible it could go that hot? It could.
51 at Bathurst.
Yeah, exactly. Admittedly, that is height of summer, but it is possible. You know, if they're seeing 38 degrees air temperature in Florida at the moment, I'll tell you one thing, I wouldn't want to bet against it at the moment. They could really throw that in there when they set the servers up. I mean, that was on 4x speed for the whole session there. So that kind of wasn't far off a 12-hour session. I mean, overall, well, a bit less than that, about 8-hour session. So you got kind of a decent kind of representation of it.
Connor, do you mind if I try your Ferrari setup on Sebring tomorrow?
Of course you can. Yeah, go for it, pal. Yeah, get as many laps as you want in. Yeah, that's what it's there for. I mean, everything I share is it can be used by everybody anytime, whenever. You know, I'm not precious about anything like that. You know, and more practice the better. I mean, I turn quite a few laps in practice when I'm not streaming and stuff. just to get a feel for the car more than anything. When the pace builds up slowly over time, Tyler's naturally quicker than me in a GT3 car, whereas I think I will get there, but it'll take me a lot longer, but just by practice. So I'll probably put in, hopefully, a lot of laps in practice over the next 3 weeks. Just an hour there, an hour here.
So if I click on the driver 61 time on the link, it obviously takes me to your time, and then there's a setup.
You can download that, yeah. So also what you'll have, because you're now a member of the team setups. So if you enter setups, for example, and then under setups, you see it says my setups. You got my personal SRL. Depending on how many teams you're part of, mine says part of SRL, and then mine's team JASA, our team. We'll have the setups for that car in there as well. So, and they automatically go into your iRacing folder on your computer.
Okay.
So you can be in your session, and there'll be a folder. It will say Garage 61 team, whatever team it is. And you go into that folder, and there'll be the setup, so you can just put straight onto the car in the session, along with your personal ones and any other league ones as well. So I generally I will farm setups from Garage 61, have a play of different ones to get a baseline. This is when I'm racing for myself. Get a baseline in the middle, and then I'll work out from there what balances out, and obviously tweak the setup as I feel would work for me. But obviously between everyone, we'll get an idea of. Tyler needs maybe the front end a bit more pointier. The ride height might need lowering down, for example, sort of other people, or raising up just to give us a bit more. And little tweaks that will just come together, and there'll be a one that's been constantly modified and adapted with different versions that we can go back to. So if a version doesn't work, it will all be in that folder as time goes on.
Cool. So yeah, if I look at my setup, my personal setup, so I said what I added now a minute ago from Tyler.
Yep.
And then Team JASR.
Yep.
Nothing there. I obviously haven't.
Not for the Ferrari yet, because I've not put anything in the Ferrari one yet. But for example, the Lamborghini's got two files in there already. But if you wanted to put one in there, you can put one in there, and that'll be available for the whole team as well. So you see the three little. I don't know if you can see my screen much. The three little dots on the side. You can just click on that, and it'll move or copy. You can move one, or copy it into a different folder. So I always copy it down, so it's in different places. I'm not precious about hard drive space at the moment. I mean, setup's like 10 kilobytes, something stupid. So yeah, no, it's a great. I mean, I can't remember what it was. It was the Touring Car League guys, the SRL TV guys. They talking about Garage 61, and I just jumped on it. I thought, shit, this is good. So
100%.
Can't do shit in that league.
I know I spoke to a friend of mine that actually raced with, I think it was the Daytona International, but for Team for RSR. And I know what they did to but they were riding the LMPH, the BM.
Yeah.
They actually softened the rear. So they sacrificed slight top end.
Mm-hmm.
They had more grip in the corners.
Yeah. And that was where you made up a lot of time with those corners, to be honest. I think we did something a little bit similar. And then we had a varying, I mean, the Daytona race was an interesting one for us because we had a varying level of experience, not to say skill, but of experience of understanding of the car and how the car changes over time. I mean, we were in that race. I was at 2000 iRating, mainly from touring cars, but I'd put a lot of time into the BMW and the DH by racing the official series. We had a guy come in who was new to iRacing. He'd been literally just got his C license the week of the race, so he could race in the Daytona event. He was good. I mean, he was consistent, great for not getting the car damaged and good consistent lap times, which is what you need in an endurance race. Then you had Jason, who was raw, not in a bad way. He's young, he's learning how the cars drive, and wants to drive it as fast and as hard as possible, which is not always the way. So everyone's got very different styles. I'm a sprint car racer. I like to get as much of the car as possible in a very short period of time, which is not necessarily great for endurances, but that's the nature of what I race in the official series a lot is, 15-minute races, 30-minute races, get them in there longer. I need to do more endurance races, basically. So people want to do endurance races, but if anyone gets A licenses, ESS is a great one for that. So I would encourage everyone to get an A license as soon as possible. Because it opens up the 6-hour races, and they're on a twice weekly or weekly race. And they're great for getting involved with, and I really would love to get on them at some point properly each week. So either in the BMW or the LMDH or the LMP2 or GT3. So yeah, they're good fun.
What I have found about iRacing is it's a sacrifice of balance. Yes, you can farm your you can farm your safety rating, but you're gonna sacrifice maybe something on your R rating. But then again, if you're gonna chase your R rating, you're going to possibly sacrifice
your safety rating. Yeah. The way I came across that, and I experienced exactly the same thing. I got to A license quite quickly with a low I rating, about 1,000 to 1,100 I rating, and it wasn't going anywhere. And I was like, how do I get out of this? What is it that I need to do to not say be faster, but just to race? I don't know, at a high level. I mean, it's easy to get to A license and go, well, great. What do I do with it? I'm going to be at the back of the grids because the splits are lower. You don't have as many people in the splits, it feels like, in certain events, because not everyone's got an A license. So you end up just running around at the back, through no fault of your own, but it's just the nature of it because you haven't practiced or you haven't had enough speed. You're safe, but you're not fast. I got lucky, and it was touring cars, where they are mid-pace, they're fairly easy to drive, and that was my niche. When they released them last year, just over a year ago now, that was the car that went, I'm faster and I'm safer in those cars. So I was able to farm it a bit more in those, and I still do, to be honest. I mean, that is the series I go back to it time and time again. And I was able to increase my I rating, increase my safety rating. And it enabled me to race at a slightly high level by understanding the racing at a high level in that slightly slower series. And it's about finding that one series and be that one that works. I mean, for example, Jason, he wants to race at the next level up and the next level up really, really quickly. But actually, if he parks himself in the, he'll be watching this probably. If he parks himself in, say, the Mazdas or even the Toyotas, he's doing really well in the Toyotas. But just does them, just concentrates on them. He'll improve his racing in that series, and everything else will go up around it. And then he can go into the other series and not have so much of a hit, because he ends up racing. I think, I don't know if you guys agree, but in iRacing, the higher the split typically is the faster the driver and the safer the driver around you. Typically, I mean, there is exceptions to the rule and everything, but I've found from a higher split, the racing is tighter. You can't make a single mistake, but it's generally pretty clean. No one is going to making as many mistakes as you might expect. The mistakes come from overtaking mistakes and pressure, but they're not just going to make a random mistake in front of you and spin out and you go piling into it because you can't do anything about it. And that's the big thing I found with iRacing. You are very reliant on the people in front of you not crashing at the lower levels. And as soon as you get above that, it kind of just comes together a bit more easily because you're not having that hold onto the steering wheel kind of fear that there's going to be someone crashing in front of you. Tyler, you said about the Porsches. There's going to be an accident in the Porsches, especially any iRacing up to 2,000 in that race in those cars. Yeah. You can just feel it.
If you have the Porsche Cup, Holston, just start in the pit lane. You'll gain 4 positions at the start because 4 people will spin out, right? And then everyone else will crash on half the grid. So you'll gain safety rating.
Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely. And that's what I mean, that little niche, because the Porsche's at C license, isn't it? I think for the fixed one, yeah. I mean, that's a scary car to go into straight out of D license. I think for a lot of people. I mean, the comparative car at the moment, if people went through the journey, Mazdas to Porsches, maybe, or Toyota to Porsche.
I've done the majority of my racing in the Toyota, and it's probably the close. Not quite the same as the GT, but being rear-wheel drive, size-wise, it's probably the closest realistic kind of characteristic of the vehicle.
Hmm.
And that's maybe what I managed to gel with testing the GT3s again when they're offline earlier.
Hmm.
And I didn't get to do it last time with iRFFB, but I actually run iRFFB and I just get more control. And yeah, my lap times are probably a good well, not 3 seconds. I did get into 31s earlier, but it's more of feeling where the braking point of the car is. When's the rear end gonna brake? And I'm starting to feel when that is. So I'm not worried too much about the lap time now. I'm worried about the characteristic of the car.
Yeah.
Where's the limit? What feeling am I waiting to feel before the rear breaks away, either under braking or under acceleration?
That's the only way to look at it, especially when you're practicing a new car, learning a new car. I did a classic one. This is some street. I did it when I was streaming 3 years ago. I joined iRacing. I was like, what do I do? How does iRacing work? I didn't have a clue. I actually joined during a week 13, not knowing about a week 13. In the Mazdas, got through, killed the Mazdas. This is easy. This is a piece of piss. And I lured myself into a false sense of security, and I look back and I go, that was a stupid thing to do. And I think, okay, what's next? Oh, look, they've just released a new BMW M8 GTE for D license. But I look back and go, why the hell did they release that car for D license? I'd just come out of rookies, so I bought a car, not knowing anything about it, and it was a little bit of traction control and no ABS.
Animal.
And my I rating went from 1200 to about 400 in a week because I didn't know how to drive the car, I didn't understand the car or anything like that, and it was a jump. And that's what people do. They see the car, they jump. And I'm not trying to think of what is that progression from even GT4s to Porsche Cup. I think that's too big of a jump. There's nothing in between, is there? There's nothing that's traction control based. Or you lose that traction control, so if you can survive in Porsches and you do well in it, because it is just find that extra bit. But yeah, it's for me, it's find that one series and stick with it and stick with it and stick with it, and always you'll always come back to it, and you'll always benefit from it as well.
I find the Toyota's nice because you can push the car to the limit, and every time you think you've reached your limit, the car kind of shows you something else. And you kind of all of a sudden find a 10th here and a 2/10 there. And
I've never got on with the Toyota. I see what you're saying. It feels like there's a lot more in the car that you can probably extract out of it. I just find the suspension on it absolute nightmare for me. I think that's a style thing, not necessarily a skill thing. It's just my driving style doesn't suit that car as well as, say, a Mazda. I can extract a lot from a Mazda. Compared to, I'll probably drive the Mazda quicker than a Toyota, even though the Toyota was slightly quicker. I think, yeah.
I think the Toyota with a fixed setup is a bit of I want to say loose cannon. It's tricky to extract pace out of it. But with an open setup and a couple of tweaks, I'd have made someone send me a setup that.
For me, it sits too high off the road.
The first time I was in a Toyota at Landmark Park, I rolled it.
It's the same as me, yeah. It bounced off the curb.
No, I turned into the first corner too quickly.
Oh, we just shit.
Just went over.
That's impressive. I mean, it's the weight transfer, isn't it?
Yeah. And quite strangely enough, the same way I drove the Toyota, when I go, we were talking earlier on about the different sims and the comparison. I went straight from iRacing, straight into rFactor 2, into the BMW M2, around Imola. And I was instantaneously 100 times more consistent, but I was also 1.2 seconds faster, and that without even trying to extract as much as that car can do at Imola. But all of a sudden, I said to myself, I want to test something. I'm going to drive the BMW M2 the exact same way I drive the Toyota 86 on iRacing. And for whatever reason, it worked. I think simply because both were low on traction, both being rear-wheel drive. But I understood the BM is very, very loose on R Factor 2, especially with no traction control.
That's a good point. Now it's a little observation, isn't it? And how you adapt to it. If you can spot that and adapt to it really well, that's what you want to be doing, isn't it? That's the thing. I haven't given a Toyota enough time to really completely write it off ever as well. But it's not going to be a joyful experience so far, that car.
So basically, and hence why I asked in your stream of the touring cars about the torque factor, is with the BMW, the trick is actually where you think the corner you would use second, you don't use one gear more.
Yeah.
Use the torque to keep the traction high and the torque to pull the car at the corner so the rear end doesn't get loose.
It's funny actually. I mentioned the torque thing actually. If that was a British TCR, you would have done exactly that. You would have had to drop it down, and they've got a boost. They've got a hybrid boost actually now. So actually, you can afford to do that. You keep it in the high gear. Sorry. In the TCRs that race in iRacing, you do actually have to drop it down. They don't have that torque drive through. You do lose a lot more time by being in that high gear when you think you probably could get away with it. It's margins. There's not a lot to it, but little quirks and stuff of the car. I mean, they're great for obviously that dragging the car around the corner with the front wheel drive. It's a very different feeling, and you can trust it to do that by just controlling the throttle. And you don't turn the car with the throttle. You use the brake to turn the car in a touring car, whereas GT3 is the other way around.
Yes. I mean, when we did the British touring cars on R Factor 2, our team was running with a Toyota Corolla, and we ran rings. I'm not sure if you know the Assen track.
Assen, yeah.
We ran rings around the Infinity. Literally, the Infinities couldn't stay with us, not in a straight line, not through the corners, which is quite weird. But I used to, being a front wheel drive, I used to use lift off oversteer.
Yes.
I would literally set the car up and lift off the throttle and throw it in. To get the lift off oversteer to pivot the nose to the apex and then just plant it on the way out. I knew I was going to get understeer. But it was controlled. So it almost came out in a bit of a slide, but it was a controlled slide.
Yep.
And it just worked.
The lift are, when you race touring cars and iRacing, they don't have as much lift off. It's there a little bit, but you don't have anywhere near as much as, say, AC or R Factor 2 for sure. And I don't know if you've raced on the LFM service for R Factor 2. They have a good touring car on there, and that's a really good lift off oversteer. You're getting out and use that to your full advantage. Yeah, not quite the same in iRacing. Maybe that's the limitation of a tyre model, which I think it might be at the moment.
Okay.
Possibly. Right. Anyways, chaps, thanks for chewing the fat for the last half an hour or so, actually. That was pretty good. We'll do more of the same on Saturday, all being well. I'm going to leave it there, knock the stream on your head, and go and get some sleep, because it's almost 11:30 in the evening in the UK. So,
it's 1:30 here in South Africa.
So yeah, thanks for that, boys. Much appreciated. Tyler, thank you for the win. I ain't gonna complain on that one. He's ran away. But no worries. I will catch you boys on Saturday. The stream information will go in the team channel as well, so keep an eye on that for the password and username and stuff, all that nonsense. All right.
I'll probably also end up streaming Saturday. I'll do a test stream tomorrow, because what happened, sorry about that, when I put that stream in and I took it down was...
Did you? I didn't even see anything.
Yes.
You're welcome to put your stream stuff in there, mate. To be honest, I think one of my bots, if you are showing us streaming, you will automatically get notified in the chat in the Discord anyway. So I'm more than happy for you to put your stream in there. Don't worry about that.
100%, because I had an issue on Sunday where it was fine for R Factor 2, but the moment I switched to iRacing, it pulled the game feed through. So I had to terminate the stream.
I
I'm playing around with it and had to reset Streamlabs.
Yeah. No, I'm good. I'm good of you sticking stream links in there stuff, man. It's all good. It's all for sim racing. So at the end of the day, people are in my Discord are there typically for sim racing, so they're interested in it, and the more the merrier. So yeah, follow me. But yeah, I think my bot or one of my bots that I have in the Discord automatically picks up live streams anyway, and just chucks it into the announcements folder channel. So yeah, crack on. If it's not there, share it. Crack on.
100%.
More than happy for that, man. More than happy. All right, big man. Thank you, chaps. I will catch you all at the weekend. I'm not racing tomorrow as far as I know, but I might do. So, yeah, I'll catch you around.
100%.
Take care, boys. See you around.
Yeah. Right.
I'll just say goodbye, Tyler.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
No,
can you, my mic was muted. Can you send me the Google Drive link? Because I
absolutely. I'll ping that fact. Maybe do that while I remember when I'm still there. If I don't do it, I'll go to sleep and I'll forget. You're like, give me the link. Drive. It should be set to Jiggy. AC mods. NDH. It's called all the NDH.
And ever since you told me that, and the session ended, Friday, I'm sitting here looking at Content Manager. But I didn't want to interrupt your conversation, so the moment you said that, I was like, hey.
Brilliant. Right, get it now. Viewer, copy link. I'm going
to...
there's a DMs. Have I DM'd you for a while? I don't know if I have. There he is. Alright, that's in your DMs. There you go. It shouldn't ask for any authorization, but just make sure it works and you click on it.
I can do all the LMDH.
All the LMDH.
Toyota Supra Top Secret.
Is that in that folder? Oh yeah, it's in that folder. Yeah. That. Just drive up for shits and giggles, mate, if you want to. It's like an 1100 horsepower Supra, which only goes sideways. Yeah. Dear. And that Daytona one is one of the best Daytona, one of the best creations of Daytona for AC that I've come across. So, you might already have it anyway.
Is it the 2017?
I can't remember. It might be. I think it is.
Something nice for me. Let me do something nice for you. Let me do this.
There we go. Exchanges. There we go. No brown paper bags here.
I forgot how you put something in. Oh, there it is.
I'm actually just busy installing OBS and linking it to my YouTube channel because I forgot to actually download OBS until we start talking about streaming and stuff. Yeah.
You mentioned about the stream earlier on, actually, also too, though, but thinking about the quality and stuff. Once you start playing around with OBS, say goodbye to your life. You're then always tweaking something here, there, and everywhere, and getting it. I can do it. Can you? The question is, you put yourself, can it do this? And you'll go on a random search through Reddit or somewhere. Where I go, yes, you can do this. The power of it is ridiculous.
No, 100%. I just need to figure out how to do an intro. Get an intro.
Let me, while we're in the voice chat, I'll just share my screen quickly, one of my screens, just so you can see my OBS layout, just as what I play around with. 29, yep, go live. Well, Tyler's looking for something to throw my way.
You gotta 4 minutes and it's uploaded.
Sound. No worries. I'll hang on. So that's my. Is that my OBS panel? Yeah. I don't know what you can see on there. Why does that not show me properly? Let's do it that way. There we go. So that's my OBS panel. It doesn't show the stream naturally that's being used. But I've got 2 canvases. So this is the main one in the middle is my OBS canvas. Which is the live stream, and then the one off to the right is a vertical canvas. So basically, there's 2 concurrent canvases running. One is the mainstream, and one is for highlights and replays that go into YouTube Shorts and things like that. But it's basically two versions, an OBS within an OBS, so it can automatically save a replay or save the action as a vertical format while copying across all the sources. Really, really powerful. And if that's something you're interested in, that's a free app from a company called Atom. Atom.tv. But a good thing to do. I mean, this is just a little bit of advice, whether or not you want to use it or not. It depends on your computer as well. It's not necessarily too powerful. But I have what's called nested scenes. So these nested scenes get replicated inside other scenes as a source. So you've got one instance running, and that instance is just copied, not re-rendered. So you're not having to use as much system resources to move, say, a camera. For example, see, I've got the cameras on. So main talking camera, which is the one that's on there. When I flip things, it's the same camera, but it's just obviously flipped as a mirror image. But it's the same source without having to be pre-done already. So it's instant. The scene's already uploaded. It's already running. So all it's got to do is load the scene up nice and quick, sharpish. And those little things there. So nested scenes used as a source is a great way of saving system resources and speed of the stream as well. But that's, I mean, there's a great guy I follow on Twitch, actually, called Mr. Gregors. Does a drumming channel. I don't watch it for the drumming. I watch it for his OBS work. He must have, Jesus, I think he said at one point 6 or 7 different instances of OBS running at once on different computers, and all coming together into one stream on one computer. It's like, oh my God. But getting all that to work and talk together is very powerful, but all done with his software, which is, ironically, the one that does the vertical software, the vertical canvas. So, yeah, it's a minefield. if you ever get in there to play with it, Christ, goodbye hour. I mean, I can spend hours tweaking stuff here and everywhere, and all of a sudden, that shit, there's the time gone. And I look at it and go, mine's due an overhaul. There is some elements there that I know I'm going to change soon, and I thought I really don't want to change it, but I might have to. Like the background on my chatting screen. It's been like for a year. I get bored. I can't have things going on for a long time. I need to get it changed, and you got to rework all your triggers and things like that. Because I'm starting to sound like a real geek, but I like everything to be automated. My whole OBS technically is automated. So when I start iRacing, it kicks into my race screen automatically. I close iRacing, it kicks back into my chat screen automatically. The countdown screen, so when it's just sat there until I trigger, it all runs automatic from there. So each scene change, each source change is all automatic. Just because I don't want to be touching. And this thing, when you're sim racing, your hands are somewhere else, so you can't be controlling your stream as much as you want. And the big thing I discovered, again, through software and chatbots, is let people control shit for you. The classic one is for people to save a replay. They type a word into chat, and it automatically saves the replay while playing a sound effect at the same time. Or I can't actually do it. Actually, let me bring up the replay. Oh, I'm tired of doing that. iRacing. What is that highlighting? What is that? Screw something up without realising.
I'm actually just adding my controllers onto my screen. I don't have the other one.
Oh, I can't hear you, pal. Quiet.
I know, I'm just busy. I added my logo onto my main scene for my gameplay. Which we're about to get load shedding next minutes. I'm probably going to have to look at this tomorrow. And maybe when you're off, I'm probably going to have to use something like replay from the practice, or kind of maybe find an iRacing replay of a race or something as a little intro. Is it something I would like to have is like on the waiting stream before you go live?
Yeah.
In case you want to go to the video or before you start your stream, is have like a little intro video running. I'm not quite sure how to incorporate that in.
Just like a looping video. Yeah, I mean, ultimately, all you want to find is a piece of content. I mean, what video editing software have you got on your computer?
I haven't got anything at the moment.
Okay. A great one to do is called DaVinci Resolve. It's free. There is an advanced version.
One.
It's amazing, isn't it? I find it less complicated. Well, I've used Adobe Premiere many years ago and things like iMovie and Apple stuff as well. And I found DaVinci, thankfully for me, the easiest one to use. There are easier ones out there, but not as powerful. But DaVinci, for basic putting together clips and small transitions, I find it really simple. Something I can help you out with. If you wanted to play around with it, I can talk you through it on a Discord thing like this, and just talk you through the basics of it. My intro, in fact, have you seen my intro, Hilton?
I think I have.
While that's loading, there you go. Let's find the intro. Here we go. So this is all done in DaVinci Resolve. So, all in DaVinci Resolve, yeah. This is yeah. I'm looking at that. It's a bit the simple transitions quite simple, aren't you? You've got just action rolling in the background. You can use OBS powerful just to loop the video on its own, or have a playlist. You've got files of folder, set it as a looping playlist as well. If you want one video, then another video, or you can just set up four things in the background. Yeah, that's all good. Joystick, so it's just literally just getting a smooth rotation. So very carefully placed camera saving. Transition. Paid like $2.50 for it, something stupid like that. So yeah, that's all done very in DaVinci Resolve, and just once you get your head around it, it's fine. But one of the things that people do with Interact on my stream if they want to is you go full retro, which probably is not the best one to do it on. Let's find a car. There we go. So there's a filter that's automatically applied over the game footage, which looks like it's a 16-bit screen. It's just something a little bit fun when people interact with it. It doesn't change my screen, it just changes what people watch on the game footage.
It's like I had to re-upload it twice.
Oh.
Because the first one, I accidentally moved the file. So the file wasn't found, and then the second one, it just stopped.
Outrageous.
It said lost connection, and I was like, "That's not true," because I'm still watching your stream.
I bet you're on Spectrum internet, aren't you?
No, AT&T, even worse.
The reason I knew about Spectrum because someone else was many years ago, and they said it was the worst thing they ever did.
No. AT&T is infinitely worse than anything else.
Jesus.
It's so bad. Like every 15 minutes, the internet would just stop working for like 10 seconds, 15 seconds.
So yeah, things like that, Hilton. Just easy.
Connected. Bye.
Easy filters and stuff like that in the background. So. But that's it took me 3 years to work out shit like that, really, to get it to where I wanted to be. But the right know-how and the right knowledge. You're an IT-based guy, so you've got a bit more raw skill than I would have on things like that. So.
Okay. Check if you can open that.
Discord. There we go. Enjoy, boy.
I'll probably play around a bit with the OBS tomorrow.
Need to request access about it.
And yeah, I'll
try it again. Try it again.
Yeah, so once you go in that rabbit hole, it will yield. Get me out. But some good plugins I recommend if you ever wanted them. You don't have to use them, but one's called Advanced Scene Switcher, and the other one is Scene Transition Table. I'd recommend those two things. That way you can control the transitions between the streams, between your sources, and your scenes, and also automate as much as possible, or automate as much or as little as you want. As well. Let's try that again.
Refresh and
there we go. Got it.
You should be good. All right.
I got it. Well, there we go. Oh, I love that. Look at that one. There we go. Make sure I didn't do that on the stream. I forget how big it is. Half a gig for these cards, but it's worth it.
The physics are so good.
Oh, they're amazing, aren't they? It's funny. I was reading their small print actually that they have on their website. That's downloaded already. Nice.
You can actually add a slideshow.
Yeah, you can do that. You can do a slideshow. Yeah, you can do a slideshow, video slideshow, music slideshow. You can slap it all in. Tyler, are you running the most recent content shaders patch, the one that you have to pay for?
Well, I have the one that I paid, that you have to pay for.
No, not for Content Manager, the one that's on the creator's Patreon.
I have that one, yeah.
Shaders patch 1.80, I think it is. One where you've actually got rain.
Yeah, I have that one.
Yeah, sweet. So if you want that, I can put it over to you.
I have it.
Cool,
I paid for it.
I'm going to have load shedding now in the next 5 minutes.
No worries, pal. No worries, man. Thanks for sitting outside. Appreciate that.
Cool.
I'll catch you later in the week, mate.
100%.
No worries, man. See you in a bit. Take it easy.
Okay.
It's all right.
Bye.
I, for the life of me, can't get rain physics to work, even with one.
Which one, sorry?
The rain FX? I can't get the rain physics to work.
I haven't tried it for a while. I thought I'd screwed up my bloody shaders patches the other day, but I deleted one by accident. I was like, shit, where's it gone? And you have to reinstall it, and you go, no, you can't reinstall two. But it's already what? Yeah, I had to fill around and get it to work again. That is installed. Let me make sure it's in my cars. So
there's so many good mods to you can get like any steering wheel you want. I have the Red Bull one because I like the way it looks.
Okay. Well, you can actually do that on the. Oh yeah, you can, can't you?
Yeah, race department. Yeah.
Yeah. Race department is a dangerous site. There we go. Former hybrid. Is it 2022 S as well?
Yeah, there's two of them. Yeah, the S is supposed to be the Mercedes. I think they changed it in the recent one.
Yes, they did. Yes.
Yeah,
that's right. There we go. Look at that. That's pretty used to that. Really full screen. Nice. Thank you, sir. Much appreciated for that one. It's, have fun. Have fun with those L&Ds, mate. It's just like yes.
I've been doing practice stuff with the Toyota.
Toyota is quite a faithful. I mean, that is done almost officially without Toyota's blessing, but that is one of the paid ones. Obviously, I think it's had the BOP applied over the top of it, so it was pretty good. It's probably the slowest one as well, ironically. So. But it's one of those ones you have to drive it to the limit to extract the most out of it. So you can't just drive it like a Sunday car and expect the most. You've got to push it.
Best looking one, easily the Alpine.
The Alpine is based off an old car, though. It's based off an old LM car. That's the problem.
Yeah, it's an LMP2 car.
Yeah, it's like,
it looks so good, though. I like the way the nose looks. And stuff.
I think the Acura, if you dig the Acura out, I mean, that looks mean.
What does the steering wheel look like? Oh, the steering wheel looks so good, too.
You already in the game, are you?
Yeah.
Nice.
Of course.
Enjoy yourself. I am going to set up a server. I've been having a look in how to set up a server in Content Manager. Just working that out. So I'm just slowly building up the car list in there. But I'm probably going to lob one of them in during week 13 of the iRacing series and see if it works. So if you're interested, I'll ping you a message with the deets for that, because you do need that pack I've just sent you for it to work, as far as I'm aware. So you have to have that exact pack.
I got it downloaded. We're chilling.
Yep. Good stuff. Right, I'm going to go to bed now.
You're going to go to bed.
Yeah, it's late now. But
it's probably it's 11 p.m. Almost midnight.
It's almost midnight. Yeah, I've got work. I've got work tomorrow, so I need to get up for that. So.
All right, go to bed. See you Saturday.
No worries, man. See you Saturday, Tyler. Take it easy, pal.
You as well.
It's wrap. Right, that is the end of that. I need to go to bed, so you probably just heard. Thanks for watching. Thanks for taking part. Thanks for spending the time in the presence of some good racing, as you saw there. We're definitely going to be integrating the short sprint race at the end of each practice session, because I think that's going to be a good laugh. That's it. Thanks, guys. Take care. If you like it, give it a like, give it a thumbs up, give it a subscribe if you're new, and keep an eye on YouTube Shorts for some more quality content coming your way, because there will be some. Take care. See you around. Toodaloo.